Music, talk, inspiration, in perspective. Express yourself. Good morning, my neighbors. Citi FM, your station.
It's a refreshing lifestyle.
Citi FM, 97.3.
The power of relevant radio. Come on! This is Citi 97.
Mawo boy wale mawo no e fonko bogbeno enyela yito ikepamo e kokuranya bano mawo boy wale mawo no
The city's biggest
fonko
conversation.
bogbeno
The Citi
enyela yito
Breakfast Show.
ikepamo
Rise above the
e
noise.
kokuranya bano ma wachepo bio shele fenshona shia ma wachepo ma ho shele fenshona shia enyela yito ikepamo e kokuranya bano enyela yito ikepamo e kokuranya bano. Come on. Say I am the Lord.
6:31 Kashek Beye Hewale Lala Perez music. I love it. You know, the do not fear is nice, but when you say it in guys, it's more powerful. Especially when they say Kashe Foko Beye. It's very important. I love it. Welcome to Thursday morning, 31 after 6. Good morning to you. This is your favorite dial, 97.3 Citi FM. We call it the Citi Breakfast Show. My name is Caleb Kuda. Just a few quick tips on how you can overcome this feeling of fear when you are in a state where you are perpetually anxious of the future, anxious of the unknown, and even doubting your own capabilities. One, you need to admit your fears. It's important to admit that feeling, and you need to take action. If you're a student, you have an exam, you are afraid, you need to prepare. That's taking action. Two, you need to ask for help. It is not a sign of vulnerability. It only shows that you know your limitations. Rely on God, of course, because He's the supreme being and He will give you all the power you need. But you know, if you admit your fears, you take action that boosts your confidence, you ask for help that leads you to guidance and all, you rely on God. If you get money on top of all that, you will not fear anything again. And that one you have to talk to ADB. ADB is bringing you businesses this morning. They say if you're a paid employee or salaried worker, you need a personal loan to resolve your financial issues, to deal with your fears. They are offering you a variety of personal loans, including top-up loans at significantly reduced interest rates. You also enjoy a longer tenure of up to 6 years. This offer is open to non-customers as well. So kindly visit the nearest branch or call 0302-210-210 or 0302-224-043 for further inquiries. ADB is the People's Bank. ADB is truly a Greek and more. 6:33. One way to deal with your fears is to get relevant information. Tune in to Relevant Radio always. Richard Delasky, his laughter alone will quell your fears. Nathan Obodaikwa, oh, the gentleman's gentleman. We'll bring you the newspaper review shortly.
We
We understand the excitement and preparations that comes when your child gains admission into senior high school. But we at the Agricultural Development Bank, ADB PLC, also understand the financial burden this comes with. The chop box, trunk, school mattress, you name it. That's why we have partnered with Prospectus Ghana Limited to offer financial support for parents by introducing the ADB Quick Purchase. With a smart loan of up to 20,000 Ghana cedis, you can pick up all the items on your child's prospectus for school. ADB PLC offers you a repayment plan of 12 months to relieve you of all that heavy financial burden. Every ADB customer who receives their salaries through the bank, military and police personnel, and all other workers on the Controller and Accountant General's payroll qualify for this facility. Walk into any ADB branch nationwide or any Prospectus Ghana Limited office near you to apply for the ADB Quick Purchase. Terms and conditions apply. ADB, the People's Bank. ADB, truly a Greek and more.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Box.
Oh, this is Ghana and Yowazoye. Arokodo this Saturday and Sunday. We're turning up, showing you the best of Ghana from Ghana to the world. You don't want to miss this. Newspaper reviews brought to you by Total Excellium and Fidelity Bank. If you've not heard about the incredible benefits of Excellium from Total, let me tell you. It's premium fuel and it has amazing 3-in-1 power. Additive and rich fuel with its powerful 3-in-1 action that cleans your engine, extends its life, and lowers your fuel consumption. Lowers your vehicle's fuel consumption while reducing CO2 emissions. You will drive safe. Experience the difference with Total Excellium. Total Energy's Excellium new formula. Choose Excellium, choose quality. Because there was and Fidelity Bank, turning dreams into reality. If you want to own a new home, we have the Fidelity Home Loan. If you want a brand new car, we have the Fidelity Auto Loan. In fact, if you want latest gadgets, we have the Fidelity Consumer Asset Finance. If you're dreaming of expanding your business, we have the business loan for you. Flexible loans to businesses, salaried workers, and self-employed at competitive rates. 0800-003355 is the number to call. Our branches are spread across the country. Visit us and turn your dreams into reality with Fidelity Bank Loan. Terms and conditions apply. Fidelity Bank. Believe with us. Enyuanum, Yowazoye. No, Orukodo. All move. Yeah, Yowazoye. No, you're so cool. What I say? Yeah, this weekend, Orukodo. Orokodo, Obabado, Accra Metropolitan Assembly. 4 courts of the Accra Metropolitan Assembly. Saturday, 31st August. Sunday, 1st September. Orokodo. Why are they? Space now is sold out. Oh, Space now, why are sold out? Why are they? Why are they producing? That's what I was looking for.
Yeah, you see, the for fruit, you're part of No, Dr. Ando, I greet you. Yeah, Butisi.
Good morning to Richard Alaska.
Good morning, my brother.
Nathan Obodakwa.
Yep.
Good to see you both, gentlemen.
Good to see you too. We're gearing up for this weekend's big event in the forecourt of the Accra Metropolitan Assembly. Please set aside some money as a family and come there. Bring the kids. Let them come and observe what we can create with our beautiful hands right here in Ghana and sell to deal with our solutions, to deal with our problems within this country. So please tell your family to tell your family to tell your family.
That's it.
We'll meet over the weekend.
I love you.
Let me take you to the Ghanaian Times. The big story says, let's deal with security threats together.
Okay.
The president is appealing to African nations. He's wearing a beautiful suit here on the front page of the Ghanaian Times. Also on the front page, his predecessor is here. Stay and account for your stewardship. Mahama to president and government officials. Also on the front page here this morning, government saves 345 million Ghana cedis through nationwide payroll monitoring. That's according to the Minister for Employment. And some 862 million Ghana cedis required to complete Lakpeshi Coastal Protection Project. This is according to the Minister for Works and Housing, Kojo Opon Nkrumah.
Okay. The Daily Graphic says, boosting regional security, we must unite to fight terrorism. President Akufo-Addo to African nations. And there's a picture of the president here at the International Defense Exhibition and Conference at Burma Camp. Minister hails graphic Zoom Lion Cleanest Region Ranking Initiative. That's on page 13 of the paper. And Yoko is here sweeping awards. Yoko wins 4 Audit Agency Excellence Awards. And on the back page of the Daily Graphic, Bagre Dam spillage. Farmland submerged by floods in the north.
Let me take you to the Chronicle. The big story says Otumfuo distills 3 Sabrunum chiefs over Galamsey. Cites the Chronicle and NIB reports as evidence, and the 2 men are here on the front page. Their faces not looking good at all. Also on the front page, Galamsey is not illegal in Konongo. This is according to residents. It looks like the people have created their own Biafra there and they are doing their own thing. No, the Otumfuo has to do something about it, and our security chiefs, politicians, would also have to do something about the situation there. And then also on the front page of the Chronicle this morning, don't use your committee as a bully pulpit. That's coming in from Kojo Opon Nkrumah, who has been facing off with the Honourable Member of Parliament for, what's the name of the constituency? Norton constituency, the Honourable Ukujetua Blakwa. And some other stories here on the front page this morning.
Well, the Daily Guide's front page is that one, the showdown or the face-off between Kojo Opon Nkrumah and Sami Ukujetua Blakwa. That story is on page 3. In other stories, let's create a secure continent. The president is saying so. Jomoro cocoa farmers praise Cocoa Board. And on the commercial side of things, Hisense and Real Madrid strike deal.
Okay. No, our Hisense here, or the ones who produce it.
Well, I'm sure Hisense, the global body.
Okay.
Of course, they do have shops here, but
Let me take you to the New Finder. Big story: irrigation over inputs for food security. The photograph of Dr. Abu Sakara is here on the front page. Also on the front page, next of kin cannot automatically inherit bank accounts. This is coming in from the BOG. And we've achieved significant milestones in job creation. That's according to the Minister for Employment.
The Daybreak newspaper says Da Costa Abuaje abandons post for globe trotting. And there's a picture of the NHIA CEO here. Don't know why the people are saying so. Another story is Ghana's economic outlook favorable. That's according to Deloitte, or some people say Deloitte. Akufo-Addo advocates for strengthening regional security mechanisms at IDEC 2024 and APN AAI to host Global Africa Forum.
Okay, let me take you now to the Anchor newspaper, my final newspaper for this morning. Baumia to invest heavily in solar energy initiative to reduce cost of electricity by 50%. They have to scrap the levies on solar panels so that we can bring them into the country and fix our power issues.
Make them here too.
Exactly. Well, some of the folks are doing that, including Transolar. They do their batteries here. Some of their batteries here locally. Yes. Yeah. Also, if you go down there on the front page, there's a story there again. Asante Hene strikes again. Distills 3 chiefs over Galamsey. Clement Apak actually laced major reforms of next NDC government on education. And then something here that says coming up. Immigration officials in massive extortion at airport. So it's coming up. So it be like they hold the upon where they put them under their armpit and they announce it to the airport.
They're releasing it small. So you know what to do.
And then finally, hundreds of patrons, exhibitors gear up for this is Ghana 2024 exhibition.
The business analyst finally from me. Next of kin must do more to inherit bank accounts. BOG clarifies. Finance minister requests 500 million cedis to address drought crisis. Equipping the media ahead of December 7, GJA US Embassy trained journalists and NPP engaged in wasteful spending. That's according to Sami Jenfi.
Okay, let me take you to channel1news.com. Channel1news.com. NPP deserves another term. We've done well in the last 8 years. This is Napo speaking. We need about 25 more dialysis machines to effectively operate. This is the Komfo-Anokye Teaching Hospital. ECG says it has reduced system losses from 30% to 26%. This is Samuel Dubik Mahama talking to Bernard Avle on Point of View. Last night, a Blakwa upon Nkrumah clash over Akosombo Dam housing project delays, and Kaswa Winneba Highway project may extend beyond Winneba. Yay! And the finance minister also tells us that project is being funded by the government. If you go to citinewsroom.com, ECG is outperforming PDS era. Comparisons are intellectually dishonest. Dubik Mahama again. Bawumia touts free SHS success. Urges Ghanaians to support NPP. ECG lost up to 500 million Ghana cedis due to ransomware attack. Wow, that's significant. And then if I take you to my journal online very quickly, Kolebu CEO urges immediate action to stop exodus of health workers. This matter. BOG takes on a Blakwa over $20 million transfer claims, describes his actions as unfortunate. And then mining LI permitting forest mining must be withdrawn. Awula Sewa is firing on all salvos here. Haruna Idrisu says you can't upgrade hardship. He's telling Bawumia this. If you go to Bloomberg, this dry spell we are having here in Southern Africa has become so serious that in Namibia, elephants, hippos, and zebras are being killed for meat. So that to feed the people, they are killing the elephants, killing them for meat to feed the people.
That's a serious.
It's a very difficult one down there. Mpox on all Africa. Mpox vaccines to arrive in DR Congo as Africa CDC continues to work, and 500 days of death, devastation, and destruction in South Sudan. Sad one there. Also, dam collapse kills scores in Sudan. Let's get into the details of the stories.
I want to take off this morning with some stories related to the ECG because there's a one on page 3 of the Ghanaian Times which troubles me, and looks like we have very, very very wicked people in this country. The story says 2 ECG transformers vandalized within Accra East, and it's by Cecilia Lagba Yada. And the story says this morning that 2 installed electrical transformers of the Electricity Company of Ghana, ECG, serving communities within the Accra East region, especially the Dodoa area, have been vandalized and vital components stolen. Now, the 200 kVA capacity transformer at Kodiabe worth some 120,000 Ghana cedis, and 50 kVA capacity transformer at Ayikuma worth 40,000 Ghana cedis were vandalized and parts stolen by unscrupulous persons last month and this month. Now, the Accra East Regional General Manager of the ECG, Bismarck Otu, who confirmed this in an interview with the Ghanaian Times in Accra yesterday, said the incident resulted in disruption of power supply and has been reported to the police at Dodoa for investigations and further action. Now, he appealed to the general public to volunteer information to the ECG or police for the arrest of persons who vandalize and steal parts of electrical transformers. Now, he goes on to provide you further details. But look, I mean, these things, when they steal them, they either convert them into some other metal, some other form, and then sell them,
or extract some elements from it,
or they sell them directly. The Ghanaians who buy these things, can they be Ghanaian enough to report these guys as dutiful citizens would do? Because, I mean, this is going to cut power supply to people. and you live in that community, or perhaps you come into contact with these people and you don't report.
People will always be people, so the system too must be up and doing.
I agree with you.
Things,
I agree with you.
On Citi Newsroom this morning, there are a number of 500 million Ghana cedi stories. So Amin Adam is requesting 500 million Ghana cedis from contingency fund to combat drought, and then ECG lost up to 500 million Ghana cedis due to ransomware attack, and Finance Committee demands detailed breakdown for 500 million Ghana cedi drought request.
Tell us about that ECG story.
The ECG one, yes. Let me get to that one. ECG lost up to 500 million Ghana cedis during ransomware attack. Story by Letitia Osei, Managing Director of the Electricity Company of Ghana, ECG. Samuel Dubik Mahama has revealed that the company lost between 400 million Ghana cedis and 500 million Ghana cedis due to the ransomware attack. In an interview with Bernard Avle on A Point of View on Channel 1 TV, Dubik Mahama confirmed the Vice President's earlier statement and detailed the severe impact the ransomware had on ECG's operations. Mahama explained, and let me give you a quote, "Don't forget that within those periods, we were going through an operational turnaround where we were fixing our systems. That was the same year within which we had the ransomware attack and thing that we managed to take care of." For me, what I would say is that there's an investigation ongoing. Maybe probably the Vice President is privy to final investigation. So this is the big Mahama talking about some losses that were made.
On the point of view, right?
Yeah, on the point of view.
Okay.
Well, if you go
there'll be a repeat of that on channel 1 TV, so you can catch it later today.
If you go to page 11 of the Daily Guide, the Asante Hen is here, and the headline says Otumfor sacks Galamsey chiefs.
Yes.
Now the story says 3 chiefs in the Ashanti region have been destooled after being found guilty of indulging in illegal mining activities, popularly known as Galamsey. The traditional leaders were destooled at the traditional court of the Asante Hene, Otumfor Setutu II, at the Menchia Palace in Kumasi on Monday afternoon. The trio are Nana Ewajeu Etuomi, Sabronum Jasi Hene, Sabronum Achiame Hene, and Sabronum Bemu Hene, right? Whose names, or Bemu Hene, whose names were not mentioned during the sitting. Some aggrieved residents of Sabronum, including the youth, had accused the 3 chiefs of indulging in illegal mining activities in the community to enrich themselves. The agitated petitioners also accused the chiefs of destroying the only source of drinking water in their community, River Iswonfo, through illegal mining activities. Having had enough of the Galamsey chiefs, people then petitioned the Asante Hene to take action to save their town. So that's a great story.
I mean, we should see a lot more of that.
More people should be speaking up.
Exactly. The community people must speak up. Let me take you to a related story.
Yeah.
If you go still in the Ashanti region, the Chronicle has a story on page 5. Galamsey is not illegal at Konongo. This is according to residents. So they have created
they understand it's been normalized.
Now, Sebastian R. Freku in Kumasi says Konongo, the capital of Asante Achim Central Municipality in the Ashanti region, has come under siege. The siege, it should be saying, of illegal mining activities, which has bounced back in the old mining community. Now, illegal miners have invaded the town and engaged in extraction of gold in the Owerri River with impunity. Now, they have taken the residents for ransom, boasting that the traditional and political leadership, as well as the security services, cannot stop them. Now, the miners are openly degrading the riverbed of the Owerri River, believed to be rich in gold deposits, by employing over 30 excavators. Can you imagine? Which situation has led to the destruction of farms and cash crops, including cassava, yam, and oil palm plantation, without restraint. Now, death traps have thus been created for farmers, as they cannot visit their farms for fear of falling into the open pits. I mean, these guys are working in a community that people know these areas. So why can't we move people in there to stop
and deal with them?
The buffoonery that is going on.
And deal with them.
30 excavators. The excavators did not drop from the sky. So clearly they found their way there. And the excavators you can't hide them in your pocket.
Oh man,
we have national security advisor, national security minister, minister for interior, minister for defense,
regional ministers, municipal directors, district MCs, DCs, all the people. regional minister, everybody.
All of these are a drain on the public purse, and yet we can't fix this problem.
Sky, they said the buck stops with the ultimate, doesn't it?
Well, in the Ashanti region, the Asantehene is doing something as the chief.
Yeah.
So what about the president of the republic? The vice president of the republic?
Anyway, if you go to the front page of the Daily Graphic, the president is here though, and he's calling on African nations to bolster regional mechanisms and enhance collaboration by sharing intelligence and best practices to create a safer and more secure continent. At the opening of the second International Defense Exhibition and Conference in Accra yesterday, the president highlighted the interconnected nature of security threats across the continent, such as terrorism and violent extremism, which often transcended national borders. And the conference is a 2-day event hosted by the Ghana Armed Forces, and it gathered over 500 experts from military establishments, security agencies, and international defense industry stakeholders to discuss key security issues and showcase technological
There's a
solutions.
story on Channel 1 that makes me happy. Kasua Winneba Highway project may extend beyond Winneba. One Friday, Finance Minister is saying that Mohammed Amin Adam, he says that the government is considering an extension of the construction of works on the Kasua to Winneba Highway beyond Winneba, where it is originally supposed to end. The minister, who visited a stretch in the company of the Minister for Roads and Highways as part of an inspection tour, indicated his ministry's commitment towards releasing funds on time and to aid the construction. Elsewhere, he also said that it is a project that is being funded by the government of Ghana. Usually, government of Ghana funded roads gives you the palpitations, but when I look at the speed with which this one is being completed, hopefully the financing will be ring-fenced so that in the event of any, then the thing will still continue. You understand? But a Blackwa upon Nkrumah clash over Kosombo Dam housing project delays. This story is on Channel 1 News.com. Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa, chairman of the Parliamentary Assurance Committee, and Kujo Ponkuma, Works and Housing Minister, clashed over concerns regarding the delay in completing housing units for victims of the Akosombo Dam. Mr. Ablakwa demanded that Mr. Nkrumah retract and apologize for indicating that he was using his role as chairman of the Governance and Assurance Committee as a bully pulpit. He also cautioned the housing minister about his choice of words, insisting that the minister retract and apologize for his comment. But Mr. Nkrumah questioned if it was acceptable for the chairman of the committee to accuse him of being insincere without allowing him the right to respond. So it was getting a bit tensious.
I mean, what happened yesterday? That's not what the people of the Volta region and affected regions need to address their problems. That's not what we don't need. Showboating and showmanship and showing where your power lies. That's not what we need. That's not what we need. We need the people back in decent living conditions. We need them to have a place to lay their heads. People who are still living in tents. Those are the issues that should engage the attention of both the chairman and the minister for housing.
I guess the chairman was not happy with the pace of work and wanted some sense of urgency injected.
I admire Mr. Ablakwa for the work that he's done in that particular constituency and the region generally when this thing happened. But you see, I think because of his emotional investment as the chairman, that may be driving things in a certain direction.
You think someone else should have chaired that in particular, just that session?
The rules say that when you are invested in matters like that, you should recuse yourself. So ideally, I although he may be chairman, on the day when they are sitting on this particular matter, one would have expected that he would not be dealing with it. But then also the responses that came in from, Kojo, usually a measured person, I thought that he could have exercised a great deal of restraint. Because at the end of the day, the two of them didn't do us a good
Sky, do we need 14 days to know why the contractors are not
Certainly
working?
not. For some reason, when it comes to this administration, you see the president's own language. I mean, demeanor towards the people there. When this thing happened, when he went there, he told them that they didn't vote for him.
But he has come there anyway.
I mean, it doesn't send the right message.
Sky,
the government should do better.
Sky,
the people are Ghanaians too.
There is more time.
They may be from the Volta region. They may not vote for the MP.
That was the newspaper
majority of the time.
Oh, jump on
Go. Ah, go me. At what time when you come back, we are not hear the sound of your car. Why you buy new car?
No, I not change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind, Seth, be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. One pair way now open there.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my go be fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my go be inside?
I give you info. Make a feel the go be too small.
Go.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
My body, when you wake up in the morning and you know the money calling, oh, you go work, but you know it's out in your side. If I believe with us, if I hold my hand and believe, cause you know it's out in your side. And when you dream, no say I live for you. And when you hustle every day, many wanna go. Anything you do, I live for you. Many want. If I believe I live your side, fidelity. If I believe with us, fidelity. If I know I live your side, fidelity.
The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
At 7 times for the City Business News, brought to you by MTN and Goel. Can you believe it's been 15 years since Momo was launched in Ghana? That's why the Momo at 15 Rewards is here with amazing cash prizes to say thank you. Send money to an MTN Momo user or make payments to an MTN Momo merchant at no cost whatsoever, only on MTN. Download the My Momo app on your phone, keep transacting and win some cash. There is 450,000 Ghana cedis up for grabs for 165 lucky winners. You too can be one of them. Just Momo it wherever you go. This offer runs from now to November. T's and C's apply. Now, Good Energy brings you Gold SP, Gold Super XP, the ideal choice for most vehicles. It's flowing wow. Many Gold stations in this country. Just go fuel up your vehicle and enjoy the smooth ride with all the benefits. Gold Super XP is quality and gives you the correct choice when buying regular fuel. Gold Super XP is fortified with a special additive that gives longevity to your engine, makes your engine perform to the max using minimal fuel, and it is suitable for most vehicles. As you enjoy the road, look out for Gold stations with the as you enjoy the journey on the road, look out for the Gold stations with the Gold Super XP. Sign up and go fuel up your vehicle. Gold Super XP, Ufilia, huh? Hey, Ufilia, huh? Ubefili. Okay, well, Good Energy, young idea. Nila is the man in the studio. Good morning, my friend.
Good morning, Caleb.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm well. How about you?
I'm okay. What's in the news?
Well, coming up this morning, total value of secured loans granted in the second quarter of 2024 jumped significantly to 10.8 billion cedis. Also, market analysts warn against speculation as cedi depreciation intensify on the retail market. Plus, poultry farmers welcome government decision to withdraw 500 million cedis from the contingency fund to address looming food insecurity in the country. My name is Sni Latte. Thank you for joining us for the breakfast edition of City Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN, Goel and Access Bank. Details of our stories now. The total value of secured loans granted and registered by banks and specialized deposit-taking institutions in the second quarter of 2024 was estimated at 10.8 billion cedis, representing an 83% increase compared to the same period last year. While banks accounted for 9.1 billion cedis of total secured loans in the second quarter of this year, the contribution of specialized deposit-taking institutions stood at 1.7 billion cedis. Here is more from the Bank of Ghana's second quarter collateral registry report for 2024. This 10.8 billion Ghana cedis in secured loans for the second quarter of the year compares to the 5.9 billion Ghana cedis recorded last year. Within the period under review, banks increased their share by 86%, accounting for 9.1 billion cedis, up from the 4.9 billion cedis last year. On the other hand, the specialized deposit-taking institutions recorded a total secured loans of 1.7 billion Ghana cedis in the second quarter of 2024, an increase of 75.1% from the 971.1 million Ghana cedis recorded for the same period in 2023. The share of secured loans by savings and loans companies, however, dipped by a significant 10%. That from microfinance institutions and microcredit companies also declined marginally during the period. Performance of the collateral registry broadly improved in the second quarter of 2024 compared with the same period in 2023. This was evident in the appreciable increases in the volumes of collateral registration, discharges, and realization of security interest. This points to a pickup in the patronage of the registry services within the review period. A while longer with the Bank of Ghana because it has clarified that relatives and families of individuals who have either passed away or hold dormant accounts with the banks can still claim the funds when they are transferred to the central bank. This comes in the wake of the Bank of Ghana's recent announcement that the next of kin does not automatically inherit the funds in the bank account of deceased account holders, as specified legal procedures ought to be followed. According to the central bank, the transfer of unclaimed funds from dormant account to the central bank does not also prevent the rights of legitimate claimants to access these funds. Godfred Kujo is head of credit reporting unit at the Bank of Ghana, and he has been speaking with Citi Business News.
This fund will be with the bank for as long as it stays, or until anybody comes up or anybody gets to know about the fact that their deceased relative had some money with a particular bank, and then the process for reclaim would start. Now, somebody will ask, how would we know that our deceased person had some money and it's been transferred to Bank of Ghana? Should you have any information at all, you can go to the particular bank and the bank will reach out to Bank of Ghana and the process will continue. Another thing that Bank of Ghana has done is to also make this information available to the public. And so when you go on the Bank of Ghana website, there's a portal that the bank has created where you can actually go and do a search. So basically you can go and do a name search. So if you have an uncle, you can go and then input the uncle's name. And then if there's any funds that belongs to your uncle that has been transferred to Bank of, there will be an information for you to say that, yes, your uncle has some money that was lodged with either ADB or GCB. And so you begin the process of reclaim.
Godfred Kujo is head of credit reporting unit at the Bank of Ghana. Now, the Electricity Company of Ghana reportedly lost an estimated 500 million Ghana cedis in revenue due to a ransomware attack. This revelation was made by the managing director of ECG, Samuel Duwik Mahama. The ransomware attack disrupted ECG's operations, preventing some customers from purchasing power, while Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia also accused certain ECG staff members of sabotaging the company's digitalized revenue mobilization effort. But speaking on Channel 1 TV's current affairs program, The Point of View, with Bernard Avile, Managing Director of ECG, he confirmed that the ransomware attack had significantly impacted ECG revenue.
Within those periods, we were going through an operational turnaround. where we were fixing our systems or getting the right digital equipment in place for us to forward face or front face our customers. So within that period, our collection losses did take a hit, because that's the same year within which we had that ransomware, attack thing that we managed to take care of. Looking at a company that has a potential of raising about 50 to 60 million in a day, if you're not able to vend for a week, how much have you lost? How are you going to bring yourself back into the game? So yes, we did lose a lot. We had a few good companies consult for us and advise, and we actually have a quantity of about the amount of money that we do know the amount of money that we lost within that period, which you would say ranges between about 400 to 500 million Ghana cedis within that period.
Samuel Dubik Mahama is Managing Director of the Electricity Company of Ghana. Now, the Greater Accra Poultry Farmers Association has welcomed the government's decision to seek 500 million Ghana cedis from the contingency fund to curb the looming food insecurity in the country. The association has also been raising concerns of excessive exportation of maize to other countries, causing an increase in the cost of commodity and poultry feed. Speaking on the back of the dry spells experienced in the northern parts of the country, the CEO of the association, Isaac Ewuza, noted that the funding could play a crucial role in the purchase of more grains for the country.
The government says it's going to take some funds from the contingency fund to assist farmers to ensure that this food shortages does not come to pass. We pray that it doesn't happen, because we have what it takes to ensure that there is abundance of food in this country. So these two announcements are very welcoming, and all that we are asking of the government is to ensure that these announcements are workable, so that the raw material that we need, especially with the feed millers and the poultry farmers, we are in need of maize, and whatever the government must do to ensure that maize is one, available, two, very competitive price, is what that we are looking for.
You heard the CEO of the Greater Accra Poultry Farmers Association, Isaac Ewuza, there. Now, Newmont Corporation, a key player in Ghana's mining sector, contributed over 3.1 billion Ghana cedis to the government in the first half of 2024. This amount includes payment in the form of taxes, royalties, levies, carried interest, and property rates. The following report has more.
These payments were directed to the Ghana Revenue Authority, Forestry Commission, Ministry of Finance, and various district assemblies where the company operates. A recent release from the company provided a breakdown of the different components of the fiscal payments. These included 1.7 billion Ghana cedis in corporate tax, 625 million Ghana cedis in mineral royalties, and 364 million Ghana cedis in carried interest payments. The others were pay-as-you-earn tax contributions, which stood at 253 million Ghana cedis, withholding tax payments totaling 180 million Ghana cedis, 22 million Ghana cedis of forestry levy for the Atim mine operations, and property rate of 5 million Ghana cedis paid to the district assemblies in Esutifi North and the Brim North. The organization attributes these achievements to the hard work and commitment of its employees, as well as to the systems in place to ensure operational excellence.
That was a Newsdesk report. Now, market analysts have attributed an increase in corporate demand for foreign exchange, speculative behavior of foreign exchange dealers, and uncertainty, especially from the retail market, to the current cedi depreciation. This comes as the local currency, the cedi, crossed the 16 Ghana cedis mark to a US dollar on the retail market. And that takes us to the forex market today, where the dollar could be sold to you at 16 cedis 10 pesos, the pound at 20 cedis 30 pesos, and the euro at 17 cedis 20 pesos. My name is Neil Latte, ending the breakfast edition of Citi Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN, Goil, and Access Bank. Do have a good business day.
Hey, is that cool? Hey, you've grown into a big boy, oh.
Ah, even Momo is 15 years old.
It still feels like yesterday when we were fumbling with cash and worrying about the way money moves.
Say it again. Now I send money to my AC in the village, pay bills, save money, loans so kakra, investment kakra, at the Momo app.
Shit. How do you think I get the small coins from my bugger pack?
To celebrate 15 years of Momo, you too can win awesome prizes in the Momo at 15 Rewards promo. Just download the new My Momo app, continue to transfer and make payments, and you could be one of the 15 lucky winners of 15,000 Ghana cedis and 150 lucky winners of 1,500 Ghana cedis each. So, Ghana, keep celebrating Momo at 15. Offer runs from now till November. T's and C's apply. MTN.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise. This is the Citi Breakfast Show. The city's biggest conversation.
Oh my God, now me say I know, you do me bad then you know what, miss you for my pillow, tears we soak my pillow. Oh, wait till I do you. Where you leave me, go for a tungo. Where you leave me, go for a yeah. Wait till you do me, no, my sister, yeah. Mete my bobo wano mija, alumbo. Mete my bobo wano mija, yeah. Ole.
Vanilla, he calls this one Atongo. Brings us into kickoff, brought to us by Lesheho and Zonda. If you are ready to power up your finances and unlock your path to prosperity, you want to watch your investment grow with confidence, Lesheho Fixed Deposit Solution is your best option. You are not just investing with us, you are making your money work harder for you. So don't settle for average returns. Join the investment revolution with our fixed deposit solution. Call us now 02700 4799. WhatsApp us now 02700 4733. Invest wisely, invest with Lesheho. Lesheho, let's improve life. Now, Zonda Ghana Limited, your one-stop shop for quality trucks like Shantui, bulldozers, excavators, graders, payloaders, rollers, TX trucks, and oil tanks, all made and assembled right here in Ghana. At Zonda Ghana Limited, we don't only create opportunities and empower people, but we also provide top-notch after-sales service for all your heavy and light-duty trucks and machinery needs. We have 7 branches. Visitors across the country. Also, our head office is off the Tema Aplau Road, close to the free zones Enclave Tema. Call us now 050-177-2222 or 050-177-3333. Zonda, built in Ghana, building Ghana. And the man Bernard Abekotra is in the building. Good morning, my brother.
Good morning, Caleb.
Good to see you, man.
Yeah, good to see you, bro.
Take us away.
Hi and welcome. I am Bernard Abekotra with all the updates from the world of sport on 97.3 Citi FM on the Citi Breakfast Show. In the headlines, Coach Otoado will release a squad later this afternoon for Ghana's AFCON qualifier against Angola and Niger in the coming days. Plus, we will check out some results from the US Open. Novak Djokovic still on course for the 25th Grand Slam title.
It doesn't get bigger than this in terms of a tennis stage. The atmosphere is incredible. I mean, it's a great privilege to be able to play again. You know, at my age, just.
More from the Serbia top seed, plus some selected results from the women's singles of the US Open. We start today's updates from the Ghana Football Association's conference room because Black Stars head coach Otoado will address the media today at noon to reveal his squad for the upcoming 2025 AFCON qualifiers. The Black Stars are set to face the Sable Antelopes of Angola on September 5 in Kumasi, followed by a trip to Niger for their second match on September 9. Coach Otoado began his second term with 2 victories in the 2026 World Cup qualifiers and will be aiming to start the AFCON qualifiers positively. Speaking of the national team, as the Ghana Football Association's boss, Edwin Simeon Okraku, had some few words to say about how the national teams have fared at tournament.
It's always important for us to seek avenues for continuous improvement in not only the products but also how our products are delivered. We have made strides in our national team's performance, like I said earlier, with the qualifications to the WAFCON, to the AFCON itself, and at the moment, we are in a good position in our determination to qualify to the World Cup. Again, our U20 boys and girls, like I said earlier, won gold at the All African Games.
To some women's football now, and CEO of Hazakis Ladies, Evelyn Insiansari, has stated that player exodus in Ghana, especially in the Women's League, is unavoidable. She believes that the low wages offered to players significantly contributes to their migration to other African nations. Asari expressed concern over the lack of financial backing and urged the government to support the teams.
I tell you for a fact that we will not get even 10 teams paying complete salaries. Yes, we give them food, we give them shelter, we give them everything, but can you pay 2,000, 3,000 to these players every month? You can't. So when they get a place that they can be paid $1,005, they will go. That is the reason why I am saying that the state should come in. They should sit down with the women football stakeholders. Let us all sit down and discuss how best we can help our players. You see,
away from Evelyn Insiansari, Paul Anyaba, who is the business administrative manager for Samatex 1996, also echoed Evelyn Insiansari's call for increased investment in football. He advocated for Samatex's participation in the CAF Interclub competitions, highlighting their effort to qualify for the group stage and join the ranks of elite clubs.
I don't think there is any football country, anywhere football is thriving, where government is not involved. If you go to the UK, you will see that each year the government pumps in money. They invest money, give the money to the FA to invest in grassroots football and so on and so forth. In our case, we are not even asking government to be giving out money. We feel that the state has a responsibility. Just as the state can sit down, reason, and come out with a strategy to go and support the pharmaceutical industry, because it wants to support it for Ghana to become a hub of whatever, pharmacy or whatever.
Well, let's stay with the Samatex 1996 Football Club, and the reigning Premier League champions will go head-to-head with Nsoatreman FC, the 2024 FA Cup champions, in the Champion of Champions games this Saturday at the TNA Stadium in Takwa, 6 p.m. But before this game, former Premier League champions Mediama will host newly promoted side Basake Holy Stars at 3 p.m. in the Apinto Memorial Cup at the same venue. That will be the curtain raiser. Now, away from that, Ghana Football Association Executive Council member Dr. Randy Abe says there are no negotiations with the state-owned broadcaster to become the Ghana Premier League broadcast rights holders. Randy Abe's comments come on the back of speculations that GBC are set to be the broadcast partners for the Ghana's, or for Ghana, with Ghana Football Association, of course, with its top flights league, the Ghana Premier League.
They are yet to honor. So the contract is ended. There are outstanding issues from the previous one. We've been engaging. And so there are things that we need to sort out, plus our quest to move forward. So these are things that we are still discussing, and we're hoping that we will be able to sort them out as soon as possible. We have about 2 or 3 scenarios that we're looking at. I am not aware of anything with GBC. The only thing I'm aware of is GBC writing to the GFA requesting for rights to run radio commentary. That is the only thing I'm aware about GBC. Anything else I read on the internet is the only place I find it.
In France, a spectacular opening ceremony marked the start of the Paris 2024 Paralympic Games as athletes paraded along the iconic Champs-Élysées to place the La Concorde in glorious condition. As with the Olympic Games, the Paralympic opening ceremony was held outside of a stadium for the first time in the French capital. Haruna Tahiru led Team Ghana as the flag bearer at the opening ceremony of the Paris 2024 Paralympic Games. In Europe, Sandro Tonali made an impressive return from his 10-month betting ban on the night that's ended with an awful Taiwo Awoni's spot kick as Newcastle knocked Nottingham Forest out of the Carabao Cup on penalties. Mohamed Kudus also grabbed an assist in West Ham's 1-0 win over Bournemouth at the London Stadium to progress to the third round of the competition. Here's West Ham's Wan-Bissaka speaking after progressing to the next round of the competition.
Yeah, it is. I think the team, we put in effort, and we fought through all the way to the end and got the goal in the end, so it's good, positive.
Jared's got that knack at the moment. That's 2 in 2 games.
Yeah, it's not a surprise from him, with his quality in them areas as well, so it was good for him to get the goal.
What about for you? Obviously, 5 minutes before kick-off, you think you're playing a right back, and then obviously a bit of a switch around.
Yeah, got to be ready at all times. Anything can happen, and so I was just prepared to play the game and give my all.
All away from the Manchester City, welcome Tom Cleverley's high-flying Watford to the Etihad. While Arsenal face Bolton for the first time since 2012, and Manchester United take on Barnsley for the first time in 15 years. Aston Villa and Tottenham face trips to League One, Wycombe and Coventry of the Championship respectively. Arguably the pick of the bunch are the tie-pitting League 2 clubs, AFC Bournemouth, AFC Wimbledon, and of course Barrow against Newcastle and Chelsea respectively. Of the page, Liverpool have agreed a £12.5 million deal with Juventus to sign Italian forward Federico Chiesa. The fee for the 26-year-old is £10 million upfront plus £2.5 million in add-ons based primarily on his first team performances, with Liverpool set to hand him a 4-year contract at Anfield. Southampton have agreed a fee with Arsenal to sign England goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale in a deal worth up to £25 million. Ramsdale is expected to make the move before Friday's deadline, as a transfer deadline, with Saints paying £18 million upfront with the potential of £7 million in add-ons. We finish off with some tennis from the US Open. A man and a women's singles and defending champion Novak Djokovic and Coco Gauff made it into the third round of the US Open after they both came through their night matches on Wednesday. Serbian star Djokovic was given a walkover for the first time, as a first couple of sets, with the 37-year-old even receiving an abdominal massage at a point before his fellow countryman Laszlo Jare retired earlier in the sets, as in the third set. Here's the Serbian after progressing to the third round.
Yeah, I guess it's a fine line, between feeling the jitters that are kind of making you really anxious and nervous coming out on the court, and also feeling of excitement. That's what I'm trying to draw, I guess, and find every time I'm about to play a tournament or step out on the court. I mean, it doesn't get bigger than this in terms of a tennis stage. The atmosphere is incredible. I mean, it's a great privilege to be able to play again. At my age, just try to keep pushing the bar a little bit more for the young guys and see how far I can go.
Away from the defending champion Novak Djokovic in the women's singles, Coco Gauff breezed into the third round after a straight-set win over veteran Tatjana Maria. Olympic champion Zen Kowin came from a set down to beat Erika Andreeva 6-7, 6-1, 6-2. That's your sports this morning. For more sports stories, log on to citysportsonline.com. Thanks to Shell, Leshell, and Zonda. I am Bernard Baker. Sports is life. Get involved.
Let's go. If you need unique services, innovative financial solutions, we deliver on our promise, cause we are number one. Let's go, we improve your life. Let's go, hey mama, hey mama, hey mama. Even when you're stuck with nothing, come to Let's go.
your situation. Let's go, we improve your life. Let's go, let's go, let's go, mama, mama. Let's go, we improve your life.
In a world where only the best survives, you need a fuel that can match your drive. A fuel with unparalleled protection for your engine, superior efficiency, and unrivaled performance. A fuel so unbeatable, when you get behind the wheel, you'll focus on what really matters. The journey ahead. That fuel is Shell V-Power, because no other fuel gives your engine better protection, better efficiency, and better performance. Be unbeatable. Drive unbeatable. Shell V-Power. Shell, go well.
Guys, Charlie, you know that mining contract I've been chasing for years? I just got awarded the deal. But the issue is where to get the right and quality heavy-duty trucks to execute this job here in Ghana.
Relax, my guy. Remember my recent construction deal at Pokwase? Zonda sorted me out.
Zonda? What? Who is that?
Zonda Tech Ghana Limited is your one-stop shop for machinery, heavy and light-duty trucks, and pickups. They have the Shantui bulldozers, graders, payloaders, rollers, poor pickups, 4 land light trucks, TX trucks, and oil tanks, made and assembled right here in Ghana with top-notch after-sales service and standard prices.
Made in Ghana. This is amazing.
You haven't seen my Zonda Power pickup, which I take to the office? Strong, durable, and tough on our roads.
Hey, that's from Zonda too?
Absolutely. Zonda is the right place for you, my guy.
Oh, now I am sorted with Zonda. Zonda Tech Ghana Limited, your solution for heavy and light-duty trucks. Located at Tema, off the Flower Road. Call 0501-772-222 or 0501-773-333. Zonda, built in Ghana, building Ghana.
Hey, well, yo, I did tire for Abu Chef. See, everything I do, Abu won't do some. Last year, I bought a cattle farm in Yanton. I see he go buy a farm next to mine. I marry Fauzia. No, he marries Fauzia's sister. I buy my motorbike. I see, no, he go buy motorbike too.
Hey, but you don't see, since you buy your bike, he has bought 4 motorbikes, which have all broken down. You know they maintain bikes at all.
His problem is he put wrong lubricant for his bike inside. The correct motorbike oil, where if you put inside the Shell Advanced Lubricant. Shell Advanced Lubricant be the only motorbike oil where they make them for motorbike to protect engine, clutch, and brake. Wait, no. Wait, wallahi, I no go tell him. Shell. Hey, well, but wait, where you go?
If you don't go tell Abu, me I go tell him say make you use Shell Advanced Lubricant for him bike.
Hey, visit any Shell station or distributor today to get your Shell Advanced Lubricant for your motorbike. Shell Advance, complete protection for your bike.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Coming up next is your insurance, and it's brought to you by Enterprise at 100. Enterprise, your advantage.
Insurance Today is a public education service by Enterprise Insurance. Ensure you speak with your insurance broker or agent before making any insurance decisions.
Hello, I am Barbara Taylor. In the last episode, we explained the basic claims process, specifically touching on vehicle insurance claims process. Let's pick it up. With the process for property insurance claims, start with submitting the claim. Your insurer will assign you someone to investigate and evaluate your claim, collecting facts, inspecting and estimating the damage. For simple claims, you may receive payment for cost of estimated repairs after the first inspection. In more complicated situations, however, the process may take longer. Claim for bodily injuries arising from an accident or a third party's negligence requires relevant documents like medical records, photos or videos you took of your injuries at the scene, police reports, incident reports from the location, and any other official documentation are also requisite. Eyewitness accounts can also be helpful. Payslips and other evidence of lost wages due to missing work for medical treatment help prove lost earning capacity. Every expense linked to the accident, like medical bills and travel costs for treatment, is tallied to enable you seek full compensation within the scope of your specific policy. The insurer investigates using these inputs in order to arrive at fair compensation in line with the scope of coverage and terms of the policy. Contact us by email at insurancetoday@myenterprisegroup.io or by WhatsApp at 0548 231149.
Enterprise, your advantage.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
Channel 1 TV is live on DSTV, GoTV, and HD+. On DSTV, find us on Channel 363. On GoTV, we're on Channel 117. And on HD+, get us on Channel 108. On a digital TV, run a new search. But take note that without an antenna, you cannot access Channel 1 TV. Channel 1 TV can be accessed on any free-to-air digital box, like the DSTV and HD+ boxes. Channel 1 TV, telling your story, empowering change.
Join the Republic Verse. Enter the Republic Bank space. Online or within the banking hall, we open the right doors for you to make the most of life. With our suite of superb banking products and services, our clients, corporate, SME, investments, and individuals get to enjoy amazing benefits. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
We're the one for you.
Looking for the perfect ride? Universal Motors has you covered. Drive the stylish Volkswagen T-Cross or conquer any terrain with the rugged Volkswagen Amarok, perfect for business or leisure. Both assembled right here in Ghana. Plus, enjoy 0% VAT and save up to 40,000 Ghana cedis when you act fast. But hurry, this deal won't last forever. Call or WhatsApp us now on 054-433-8804. Your dream car for work or play is just a call away with Universal Motors. Call us now on 054-433-8804.
There's no price like the ShopRite price. That's why we are committed to bringing you lower prices on all the essentials you need, like 200 ml Rexona ladies and men deodorant, all variants for only 39 cedis, 99 pairs worth, and 8 pieces Shine toilet rolls, 2-ply for just 29 cedis, 99 pairs worth. Never pay more than the ShopRite price. Prices valid until 8 September. Only at ShopRite.
This is the story of Kofi Ban from Takwa. His story has just begun, but it has a world of opportunity ahead of it. His first day at school, his last day in SHS, going to the university, getting into the fast food business, expanding into the delivery business, and
everything to look forward to. And just like Kofi Ban's story, Absa Bank believes there's something special about your story. And we invite you to write it with us. Your story matters. Absa.
Akaya by Trasaco invites you to feel with your ears the ultimate snoozing experience. Look this way at our walk-in closet. Over here, you can watch the sun rays streaming through the window. And now, block them out for a good snooze with a blackout curtain. Because there's no place like a home from Akaya by Trasaco. To find out more about our exclusive homes, visit akayabytrasaco.com. Akaya by Trasaco. More than you imagined.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show. The city's biggest conversation. The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
I bet you know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is. It's a classic production of the Man in the Mix. Man in the Mix. Appear to. Rap some more. Feel this. Okay.
what a sound. It's heavy. And this is coming from Adam in Adenta to an amazing one, Ketri Asira Jesse. Adam says, we are heavy. Also on Tito, on Nada. May your day be filled with love, laughter, and all your favorite things. To my favorite person in the entire world, happy birthday, Salama to Muhammad. May all your prayers be yes and amen. I know you're having okay. I know we are having our issues, but that can never ever make me forget your date of birth, which is your birthday. Oh, heavy things are happening. Now, happy 6th birthday to my lovely daughter, Estelle Na Amwa Ofe at the African Preparatory School of Hope. Wishing her all the best in life and may God protect her heavily. This is coming from Patrick Ofe, our very own Patrick. More dedications coming through. Nathan, you got some?
Yes, this one is from the 1974 year group of the St. Mary's Old Girls Association, Smoga 74.
Hey, Smoga
popularly called the Princesses.
All
and
right.
They are sending birthday wishes to Princess Willett Dogbe of Banana Inn. So Princess Willett Dogbe of Banana Inn, today is your birthday. Lots of love coming from Smoga 74 year group, popularly called the Princesses.
Nice one. Alright, so if you're ready to make every moment count, from the simple pleasures of treating yourself to unforgettable weekend getaways or a special surprise for someone you love, you want to treat them heavily, like this song, Stanbic cards are there for those fulfilling moments that make you go like, yes, this is it. Talk to Stanbic on 0302-815-789, on social media at Stanbic Bank GH, or visit stanbicbank.com.ga to learn more. And if you're thinking of heavy dreams, you're dreaming heavy dreams, you're thinking of Dubai, you want to go and chill and enjoy and bumper. No, make it a reality with Global Wings Travel and Tours. Join us for a 6-day all-inclusive tour from the 5th to the 11th of August and from the 15th to the 21st of September. It's happening. Experience the best of Dubai, from its iconic landmarks to luxurious accommodation. It's a trip that we cater for everything for you. Let's make your Dubai dream come alive with Global Wings Travel and Tour. Book us now. Call us or WhatsApp us 0553-688-398 or 0550-188-181.
Now, if you are speccing that old car or doing a home makeover, or you are thinking of a relaxing beach getaway, if you are thinking of all these things, use your ABSA card 10 times or more in a month and you could be a lucky winner in the ABSA Change Your Story promo. From now to the 5th of October, 5 lucky winners, or not to the end of October, 5 lucky winners will take away 40,000 cedis each every month to change their story. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Your story matters, ABSA T's and C's apply. You are angling for breakfast this morning, I recommend Twisco, the new and exciting chocolate beverage out there on the market from the producers of Cowbell, and it's made from a premium blend of cocoa powder and enriched with Enafort. Start your day with a cup of the great tasting Twisco and power your dream. Your living room and your living spaces deserve class, warmth and memory for your family and friends who visit. That's why you need to get Ashroom. They have a wide range of sofas, couches, tables, beds and everything in between, so you can make your living space a wonderful place. Be an Ashroamer now. Ashroam, feel it, know it.
Yeah, man. So where are you headed? Are you going shopping at the mall? You're buying fuel? Are you enjoying your favorite meal at the restaurant? Or you're getting home essentials at your favorite shop? Or you're shopping online for the things you need? Wherever you go, whatever you do, do it with the SG Visa card. The SG Visa card is your best option to make payments for goods and services online or anywhere with a point of sale machine. Enjoy a world of amazing opportunities available with the SG Visa card. Go about your business anywhere in Ghana with the comfort and security of your money available to you always. Make your life easy and use your SG Ghana Visa card. Find out more, call us 0302 214 314. SG Ghana, the future is you. Oscar, you have some important people you want to celebrate.
Yeah.
Because they are heavy.
So, in my very, earliest years as a journalist, one of the people who actually played such pivotal role instead of, guiding me, pieces of advice here and there, it happens to be Mr. Francis Kofi Davo.
Okay.
And he is the founding General Secretary of the Union of Industry, Commerce and Finance Workers,
okay.
UNICOF. I remember those days I would go to his office at the Kwame Nkrumah Circle, the GCB tower there. They used to have some really great apartments in there, using office, accommodation in there. And I would go there for story too, and then on the side of the story, then he would tell me stories about how he made it, the difficulties he faced, and how he got to where he got to, and how I could learn from him, and pieces of advice here and there on education and many other things. Today, he's celebrating 66 years.
Wow.
And he's been such an impactful figure in my own journey.
Wonderful.
And I want to use the opportunity to celebrate Mr. Kofi Davo.
Nice.
Former,
Mr. Kofi Davo.
Yeah, Francis Kofi Davo. Davo Dabara.
That's a good one.
Yeah, for all that he's done
and
how he's impacted people around him over the years.
Yeah.
Papa and all the people who were in touch with him. And may God bless him, continue to bless him. These days, he's doing consultancy in the area of human resource and management and related issues. So, Mr. Kofi Davo, I bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Yes.
So Sky, I
also greeting somebody this
No, I don't have people to greet. If I have anyone to greet, it will be the people of the lower Volta who have for the last year been living in distress.
Before you get to
so you come to your come with your delightful issues.
It's a Thursday morning. Let's make people happy.
Some good news yesterday about Rastafarianism and
my guy.
I want to say good morning
to Tyron.
Why do you want to say my good morning?
Okay, sorry, please go ahead.
Let me say my good morning. I want to say good morning to Rasuwayo.
Thank you.
I want to say good morning to him. I want to say good morning to Justice Gifty Eje Ado.
Thank you.
Of the Human Rights Court.
Powerful. Solid judgment.
Yes. Sometimes you are a lawyer. Judges, make these rulings, and sometimes you think it's a basic ruling, but over years, perhaps it ends up becoming something else.
Expand the frontiers of the law.
And I think Justice Gifty Ejeadu of the Human Rights Court some time back did something like that with this Tyrone Magai issue. Because yesterday we heard the young man, he announced
to the world
he's attending school on a full scholarship at
University of Pennsylvania.
University of Pennsylvania, good university.
Top.
Yeah. On scholarship, he had a choice between that and other schools.
Yeah, Duke and among others.
And 2021, I still cannot believe that this was a matter that people disputed. A young man's opportunity to attend the school he had always wanted to attend, heavily disputed in the courts of this country. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, and Sky can correct me, we are there's a pending appeal. Unless it has been withdrawn,
the Attorney General's Department, if my memory serves,
have withdrawn the appeal.
They had intimated they were challenging the decision. I don't know whether
they followed through.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, but they had intimated that they were going to challenge this.
Yeah, either the AG or the Achimota school.
Yes, but by the time, look at the joy this boy has brought.
Everyone.
And at the time on this station, on this particular show, we spoke about how it was a heavy-handed approach, perhaps even unnecessary, to make the case that was being made against a young man. It's school, let him attend school.
Cut your hair on
and perhaps also threw a light on sometimes the backward approach we have towards our education, majoring in the minors
all the time.
And you know, if you go through the judgment of
Justice in fact, they actually took it to the Court of Appeal. So,
oh, okay. Yeah. All right. So she spoke about the fact that to maintain that a person must cut their dreadlocks, which is the manifestation of their religion, before they are admitted into school, is a breach of the Constitution. She again asked about what has the wearing of dreadlocks, which is the manifestation of one's religious rights, got to do with upholding discipline in the school. She rejected the argument of the respondents that upholding the reliefs of the applicants would discriminate against other students who abide by the rules of the school. She pointed out that fundamental human rights are not absolute and can be limited by statutes and policies, but this must be within the public interest, as in this case. She asked what would be the effect on the school community if the applicant is allowed to keep their dreadlocks. What will happen? She also asked how keeping low hair enhances hygiene in the school and has not been impressed on the court, and how the applicant keeping his dreadlocks would affect his health and the health of other students. Was a case that was also not made decisively before her, hence her ruling. Now, all these are things. Tyrone Magai's own was national.
Yeah.
But these things still happen
every day
in our school system.
No, then that would be unlawful.
Oh, it still happens. Not everybody has the capacity to go to court.
Yeah, but the decision as made by the court means that this is the law of Ghana, and it has always been the law.
Okay.
And to that extent, no school head has the authority to go against the decision as made. You cannot send somebody home on the basis of him wearing rasta or whatever it is which you object to the extent that it comes within the ambit of this particular decision. You can't go wayward as a school head.
Even the matter of
unless the decision
even
is
the matter of low hair and whatnot, because even with that there's discrimination, because we know that in certain schools certain people are allowed to keep long hair, but then they will cut the hair off. If your daughter goes to school, they'll ask her to cut her hair. But if my other one comes, they'll say, oh, her hair,
that's what it is. That's what it is.
If the rule is cut the hair, cut the hair. But we all know that it actually has very little impact on education now. So I'm happy that battle was fought. And I'm just saying that this morning, as we go around, we should not forget the battle that was fought and the forces that also stood against it and the arguments that were made, and celebrate the fact that a lot of people actually understood, look, in the end, what matters is the young man. It's not anybody else that matters. And the young man delivered on his potential. You see, and that's the thing. Sometimes we end up using a lot of these things to kill the potential of people. We absolutely kill off people. Imagine if this kid had lost the case, if he had been cowed, if our society hadn't stood up, because society supported. If our society hadn't stood up and said, no, Ghana Education Service, Achimota School, you know,
we are not allowing this.
Attorney General, this thing you are doing, we are not with you. We will fight. You know, and in the end, look at the pride he has brought to himself, his family, to the school.
The community of
to the school.
The community of we Rastafarians.
You know? So this morning I celebrate all these persons. I celebrate all Ghanaians who stood and fought for the good thing. And I say that's the thing. I always say sometimes it's the small battles that matter. Sometimes we think certain things are irrelevant. We are a country where MPP NDC dominates our discourse.
All the time.
So to have moments like this capture national attention, give us time to reflect on our society, who we are, who we want to be. Sometimes it's good to have cases like this. So this morning, like I said, good morning to all the people who fought. I hope we have more of such fights in the name of keeping this country sane,
enforcing human rights,
because we like to abuse human rights in this country
like
under the guise of all kinds of rules and regulations.
And we like to give up things easily.
Thank you
leave
very
things
much.
to Nyame and all that.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Caleb.
And it is also important that
Yes.
when people rise up to fight, we don't insult them.
That's true.
You know, we may disagree on certain things, but if people take the bold initiative of seeking to enforce the provisions of the Constitution or to seek clarity as to what exactly the effect of the words are.
In this case, the Attorney General, is it?
No, I'm
just
talking
the
about, you know, because look, I mean, there are times that your interests as a plaintiff would not align with that of the Attorney General, or if you are a victim, perhaps the Attorney General takes a different view. Because this particular matter, for instance, the Attorney General was a respondent. The Achimota School Board was also a respondent, and when the decision was made, they found it objectionable and gave the indication that they were appealing the outcome to the Court of Appeal, which they have done. I'm not too sure whether it was recent, because as recent as 2003, when the young man was a member of their debating the quiz competition.
Yes, besides a mask.
They were still challenging the outcome of the case in court. So I don't know the very latest, you know, situation now. But what I'm saying is that
They should take the case.
it is important that, look, so many things happen. It takes people who are courageous to step out there to say, look, we are standing up against this. Of course, I mean, the generality of the view that may be expressed publicly by maybe a good number of the citizens will be that, look, we object to what you're doing. But the fact is, over time, these things become... No, I've not said anything.
I get it.
Don't do that.
No,
I know exactly what I'm saying.
I get it.
People will say all kinds of things.
Yeah.
People would spew lies, people would create things and throw them at you. But ultimately, these things become the defining moments in the history of a people.
Yeah.
At some point, it was lawful to have slavery. People were slaughtered willy-nilly. Like, you know, people were hung just because they looked at, you know, a certain white-skinned man the wrong way. But it took bold people to say, look, this should not happen. And ultimately, we have today a free and inclusive society where people can move into the same restaurant and have, you know, dinner with their girlfriend from a different, you know, racial background and all of that. Some people stood up to make that happen. At a certain point in the history of the US, it took a lady to say, look, I'm not getting out of this seat in this bus. It will not happen. So the point I'm making is that these battles will come. They may disagree with our personal beliefs or our religious beliefs, whatever they may be. But at the end of the day, let's remember that we're building an inclusive society, which society must have room for all manner of people, to the extent that the conduct of the people involved does not undermine the collective goodwill of our people.
If it reminds me, you know, if you check some of the things that have happened, some of the most significant changes to our criminal justice system, so to say, have come from cases that nobody pays attention to. But in the end, they have such an impact on our procedures. Remember some time ago, you could not get bail?
Yep.
I don't think that case, and I've worked as a journalist for close to, I'm nearing 20 years now. That case was not a national case.
It was not big discussions like
No, it wasn't.
Mundane in the court.
Exactly.
A profound decision was made.
Exactly. But somebody decided that, look, this is a fight that needed to be fought at the time. In fact, to date, when certain cases emerge, people are like, who even did this? We need, this person must be jailed. Of course, we understand that times will come where your emotions overrule common sense, where you are like, oh, this person should be here. But law and order and the changes that come from those things, well, that's all I'm saying. So it's the small fights. That's all I'm saying. It's the small fights. It's not always the big fights. It's the small fights.
I agree.
Thank you, Caleb.
Like it. I like it, and that's why we must keep doing what we are doing. Because if you look at page 3 of the Chronicle this morning,
another small fight there, but
that was
a big fight.
Small fight by a group of people who did their work well, citizens who also decided not to remain mute, and that has led to a big victory. I mean, a significant progress towards the fight to safeguard our environment. So Otumfuo has destood 3 Sabronum chiefs over Galamsey, and we understand that it took some of the residents to report this issue. Chronicle newspaper also says that in delivering his judgment, the Otumfuo mentioned that he got sufficient information also from their report. Now, some 3 chiefs have been destood over the issue of Galamsey. So this is an important fight that we keep fighting, and this is some significant progress we have made. We'll make time to look at it, and then we'll also look at more conversations. Yesterday on my way to Tesano, I saw the bus stop boys.
Yeah.
You know, we hear of them. I see their videos online all the time, but I saw them cleaning the. See, when you come in from Tesano, you go past the police training depot. You get to the traffic light. Just after the traffic light, they were really clearing the pavement.
Where?
It was so. Alajo, that bus stop. That's it. It was after I saw the work they did that I noticed that apparently all the pavement was even taken over by weeds, you know. And I watched the TV yesterday. I saw the Asafo interchange. Godfred Efipa Asafo interchange.
In Kumasi.
Oh, our darling Garden City.
And the bus stop boys are there too.
Well, I'm sure they will go there. Over there, the report was that the place was filthy. It was taken over by failed people.
I know some time ago they went to
like
Kumasi.
that.
You know,
They've
there's
been in
this
Kumasi.
interchange where the Otumfuo's
they did some work there.
That's the KTR market actually.
Okay.
That massive statue around beneath the statue, people were heaping refuse and burning and all of that, and that was left for a very long time for the bus stop boys to clear. Little fights that people are fighting.
You know, I've mentioned this matter before. Every time the matter of them, you see, and what pains me is this: they'll be victimized.
Yeah.
You know why?
Looks like it. They are not making some people look good. Eh?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why would they victimize them?
They are not making people look good.
Let's not behave as if we don't know how politics works in this country.
Yeah. No, we will get into this, Godfrey. I'll give you more time. We'll get into it. Tech and social media trends is up shortly, but there is some filler for you, my friends. You know that your energy giving great tasting Lucozade has a new look, don't you? So whether you're out and about, in the office, in school, or even in Trotro, you need to restore your energy. Look out for the now sleeker, slimmer Lucozade Original 330 ml can with the same energy that you've known for years. Now you can go about your day with even more swag as you drink Lucozade from your now new sleek can. Go ahead, grab Lucozade sleek can and discover the same unbeatable energy with every sip. Lucozade restore your energy. And when you insist on quality in life, every choice matters. That's why Bell Pack Paper Tissue is the perfect companion for those who demand the best. Bell Pack Paper Tissue offers the softness and strength you need for every occasion. From the toilet rolls, the kitchen towels, to pocket and facial tissues, Bell Pack has you covered. Bell Pack tissues last longer and save you money. Make that switch today and enjoy the ideal paper tissue with Bell Pack. Just wipe it, my people. Bulk distribution, call this number 055 1144 400 055 1144 400. Bell Pack Tissue, another quality product from Bell Aqua. It's time for Tech and Social Media Trends. Is brought to you by First Bank Ghana and Telecel. First Bank Ghana is saying that this long vacation, we are giving your children valuable work experience from July 15 to September 15. Sign them up for the Kiss First account if they are 12 and below, the Me First account if they are 13 to 17. Make an initial deposit of 300 Ghana cedis in their account and apply for the First Bank Ghana Junior Internship Program. What you do is that you give them 5-day exciting internship opportunities at any of our branches, get to participate in an essay writing competition and win an attractive cash prize if they are judge winners. So find out more about the First Bank Ghana Junior Internship Program. Call us on 0596 921 921. Email firstsolutions@firstbankgroup.com. First Bank Ghana, you first. And listen, there's a great chance to be a millionaire. It's happening on a Telecel More Money promo and it's getting exciting. Lucky winners are going home with up to 13,000 Ghana cedis every week. 1 million Ghana cedis is the grand prize up for grabs, and it could be you. Simply reload your mobile using your Telecel Cash wallet and be part of the daily and weekly draw where you could win up to 30,000 Ghana cedis. If you purchase data or airtime using Telecel Cash wallet, double your chance. Make payments onto your fixed broadband also gives you a chance to be the next millionaire. The more you reload, the better your chances of winning in the Telecel More Money promo. Opt in for free. Dial star 500 hash or send win to 500 or visit the Telecel Play app. It's a promo that's regulated by the NLA on its Caritas Lottery platform. T's and C's apply. Telecel, connecting energies. It's time for Tech and Social. Nathan Ni Obodaikwa. Good morning again, Nathan.
Hello, good morning. Let's get into the trend. So, Ablakwa is in the trend. Kojo Ponkrumah in the trends as well. The two gentlemen who are both parliamentarians had a bit of an exchange when they met at the Public Accounts Committee. So that was captured then. It's made a lot of rounds on social media. So Ablakwa and Kojo Ponkrumah trending as well. Actor and NDC parliamentary candidate for Ayawaso West Wuogon, John Dumelo, is also in the trends for comments he made yesterday. I think during an interaction somewhere, people are very unhappy with his comments. I think he's come out to apologize. Yes, he has come out to apologize. He tweeted yesterday that he said some things on television that were quite unpalatable.
Was it a live thing?
I can't seem to remember if it was live or not, but it was captured on a network. I think it was TV3.
Yeah, but if it wasn't live, then it was possible that
it could have been edited.
Ideally, I mean, we should also play our gatekeeping roles properly. I'm not saying I don't know for sure whether it was live or not live, but if it wasn't live, then perhaps the editing bench could have done some job on it.
All right, staying on with things that are trending. Sheldon and Paradise are trending. Very popular social media content creator Kojo Sheldon is in the trends. One of his former employees, I believe, Paradise, they've been going back and forth over the circumstances leading to Paradise's exit from Kojo Sheldon Studios. There have been several videos with both sides trying to explain the matter. Because of that, they are in the trends as well. On the sporting side of things, different things are trending. Atletico Madrid is trending. Chiesa is trending. He's on his way to Liverpool, if you choose to believe the reports and all of that. Asante Hene is also trending after distooling the chiefs from the chiefs of Sabrunum. Three chiefs from Sabrunum who were misbehaving, and they got reported to the Asante Hene, and he distooled them on Monday.
It's interesting. The courts, the traditional court sits and hears the case and makes a determination. I think we need to see a lot more of that in other jurisdictions where chiefs who are supposed to be the custodians of these lands, holding the lands in trust for the people, are playing active parts in undermining the people's individual and collective right to good clean water and environment.
Let me give you a quick quote. Let me give you a quick quote from that. It says, "The DCU could not muster courage to cause your arrest, but I have distooled you. And as you go, do not dare engage in anything untoward, else I will cause your arrest. I will arrest all of you. I'm telling you, the power that you wield, which you have turned into galamsey, has come to an end."
Okay, all right. Wow. I'm sure we'll get into that. So a bit of correction, and thank you, our listener. The interaction between Honorable Ablakwa and Honorable Oponkrumah was at the, I think, Government Assurance Committee hearing, not the Public Accounts Committee, like I said. Anyway, to some tech news very quickly.
Yes.
Now, pizza or restaurant owners in Dubai are asking if AI can help restaurant owners come up with tasty menus, or this will just be a recipe for disaster. Now, there's a very popular delivery chain in Dubai called Dodo Pizza, and according to Spartak, Arutunian, who heads menu development of that entity, they asked ChatGPT to create a recipe, the best pizza for Dubai. It did so. They tried it and it was a hit. Okay, and people are taking it. However, some people also seem to have issues. Or this same entity, they asked ChatGPT to come up with formulas or recipes for some pizza, but when they tried it, it just did not work. So the question is, how far can AI go to help? Now they've introduced AI into the culinary space. They are creating recipes for pizzas and all of that. So quite an interesting.
AI knows it though.
I don't know
of course. I mean, what we need to know is that it has its own limitations. I mean, there are human qualities you cannot replicate in a machine.
Yeah.
So when we are using the technology, we should be aware of some limitations. Yeah, that's right, because it's very important.
Remember one day I asked AI, how are you? Say, I'm not human being, so I don't have feelings. And so when I was sharing, that was taking social media trends.
Since 1894, we've witnessed the evolution of a brand and proudly partnered with its people on the path to prosperity. From the ink-stained ledgers of the past to the lightning-fast transactions of today, First Bank has consistently adapted, embracing innovation while cherishing the legacy of our heritage and making giant strides across the globe. It's not just about banking, it's about enabling your success generation after generation. Our legacy defined the past, shaped the present, and in 2094, we'll still be fostering financial security and stability for future generations. We are helping to create a future where the possibilities are infinite, the opportunities borderless, and where the world looks up to Africa. Let's awaken the giant in you. You first. First Bank.
Kind of way, tell us how the more money promo now.
Everybody likes money, but what do we like more than money? More money! Join the Telecel More Money promo and win money, more money, and even more money. Simply opt in.
Lucky Dube says so, and we believe it. Some of your messages are in. The number is 0549-986-996, 0549-986-996. You know, the cycle of the news is such that every week new things come up. So when we report on some of the issues, the new things come, we try to move on and catch up and keep people updated. But every now and again, our roles as watchdog make us bring up some of the things that have happened in the past and then exact accountability from the public office holders. Sometimes the manner in which it happens makes people want to focus on the drama, but we have to drill things down to the substance and share that with our listeners. That brings me to the conversation of what's been trending. But let me take care of this and I'll come back to that. In March this year, the Minister for Works and Housing assured that government was beginning the construction of 100 resettlement homes, and that was March this year. So we would get to that, but let me bring your attention to Pepsodent. Pepsodent is saying that, look, brush your teeth every morning and evening, because anytime you eat, food and sugars are trapped between your teeth. This could lead to tooth decay, gum disease, and in some cases, foul breath. But when you use Pepsodent Cavity Fighter morning and evening, is fortified with fluoride and micro calcium ingredients. It seals tiny invisible holes in your teeth and makes your smile worth it. Pepsodent is recommended by the Dental Association, and you can get one at any shop near you. Call a customer care center on toll free 0800 2030. Every smile matters. Always remember to brush your teeth in the morning and in the evening. And if you're thinking of speccing that old car, or you need a home makeover, you want a relaxing beach getaway, use your ABSA card 10 times or more in a month, and you could be a lucky winner in the ABSA Change Your Story promo, and extra entries by using our digital channels 5 times or more from now until the end of October. 5 lucky winners will take away 40,000 each every month to change their story. For more information, visit any ABSA branch today. It's a promo regulated by the National Lottery Authority on the Caritas Lottery platform. Your story matters, ABSA.
Now, Matrasako is here with the latest development. It's called Akaya, and it's a great exclusive estate with all the things you want: a private movie theater, paddle tennis court, and more than you can imagine. Akaya by Trasako is just breaking ground on phase 1 of this master planned estate. Visit akayabytrasako.com for more info. And the new order of retirement is here. You can now retire on your own terms with a guaranteed monthly income for the rest of your life. All you need to do is invest a lump sum into the Old Mutual Retirement Salary Plan today and start receiving monthly income to enjoy the perfect retirement. Get in touch with Old Mutual on 050-453-4333 or visit oldmutual.com.gh. Old Mutual do great things every day. Now, if you are unsatisfied with public service delivery, or you are aware of any wrongdoing or irregular occurrences in any public institution, then you need to collaborate with the Auditor General and the Ghana Audit Service through the Citizens Eye mobile application, which will allow you to report suspected cases of mismanagement, abuse of power, and all of that to the relevant authorities. Download the app from the App Store or Play Store, and you can also access the app on your browser at audit.gov.gh. Citizens Eye, speak up, your silence may hurt us all. Right. And the 8th Ghana Energy Awards is the Upstream Petroleum Industries annual local content conference and exhibition is happening this year again. It's organized by the Petroleum Commission. Over 1,000 participants will be there. 50 decision makers will be there from over 10 countries, and it will be happening in Takoradi from the 2nd to the 4th of October. If you are interested, get in touch with Miss Judith Blay on 0246 470 974 or send her an email, judith.blay@petrocom.gov.gh, or follow them on social at Petroleum Commission Ghana for more info.
Nice one. So I bring you back to the story I was referencing, Sky Government Gentleman Nathan. It says Akosombo Dam spillage, government begins construction of first 100 resettlement homes, and this is dated March 27, 2024. Story by Kaba Atawege, and this is on citynewsroom.com. Story says Kujo Ponkuma, Minister of Works and Housing, has disclosed that the government has commenced the construction of 100 homes for persons affected by the Akosombo Dam spillage. Minister disclosed that a sod was cut for the first 100 homes in the central and north Tong districts of the Akosombo region. No, of the Volta region, I beg your pardon, on Monday, March 25, 2024. He told Bernard Avler on the Citi Breakfast Show on Citi FM that officers from the housing department of the ministry and some contractors and consultants will be visiting the site for further work in the coming weeks. Oponkuma also highlighted the scope of the work that needs to be done before all the affected people are properly resettled. Quote, the first step was to provide relief items, and when the water levels receded, victims were helped to return to their communities. 88,000 people were affected and over 5,000 homes were affected for these persons. We need to go through with a collection of their particulars to help in resettling them, and it is not just about brick and mortar issue, it goes beyond that. It is also about schools and reinstating the way of life of the people, and so we are going to validate the data that we collect to ensure their resettlement. We will work with the various assemblies and traditional authorities, and we are currently working with them to validate some data. We cut sort for 100 homes, and we are going to ensure that we do that across the other districts and communities that got affected in the flooding, and we will need all the state agencies to come on board. We'll go to the region, speak to our correspondents, because unfortunately we are not able to get the state of progress on this particular project from the banter that ensued yesterday. Okay, Desmond Ago is on the line. Good morning, Desmond. Thank you for joining us. If you can hear me, when was the last time you visited the some of the sites for the reconstruction project, and what did you see?
Hi, good morning. So I was in Mese some 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I visited. That was when an ad hoc committee from Parliament was tasked to investigate and find some answers to the happenings which occurred at the lower Volta basement. And well, from their findings, they realized that some water systems were disconnected to the camps, those in the camps. So they had to rely on the Volta River. And the ad hoc committee tasked the assembly to quickly intervene and also ensure that water is supplied to the various camps immediately. Well,
Hello, Desmond. Desmond, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So your line was breaking a bit, so kindly reposition yourself and take those lines again. We'd like to hear them.
Okay, Caleb. So the government made some promises of giving the whole affected areas some 100 housing units for resettlement. But Mese is receiving 20 of such housing projects. Bakba is also receiving 20 of such, and others also are receiving some amount of the project for resettlement, which people in Mese, Bakba, and the rest of the affected areas are saying it's woefully inadequate to accommodate the over 12,000 residents who were displaced in last year's flooding by the village of the Akosombo and the Pond Dams. And we also recall that in the 2024 budget read by the former Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta, some 220 million Ghana cedis were allocated to support the relief phase for communities affected by the Akosombo spillage, as well as floods upstream in the Oti, Savannah, and Bono East regions. Yes. And in the budget reading also, the former minister stated that there are plans for a restoration phase where additional resources from the Ministry of Agriculture will aid in rebuilding lives for the flood victims. But in a recent press conference held by some affected residents who call themselves the concerned residents of Mese, they said such funds have not come to them. They've not received such funds. They are the agricultural or the farmers also in affected areas have also not received any support. And in terms of fertilizer or what have you, they have not received anything. Also, the regent of Mefe, who told him that his people have not been visited by the interministerial committee who were tasked to also come and investigate and also talk to the people and create a bond with them to know the way forward. He said they've not received any of those visits from the interministerial committee. He also said they were asking for compensations, but so now government is silent and very reluctant on the happenings in Mefe.
Right. So on the homes, the housing units, you tell us that about 20 were allocated to the people of Mefe, 20 for the people of Bakpa. Have you been to any of the sites, any of the proposed sites, and what can you report?
Okay, Caleb, I've been to the sites in both Mefe and Bakpa, and for the 20 in Mefe, some, about 11, are under construction and they've reached the lintel level. In Bakpa also, some appreciable number is also under construction, but you can see that it is not at a level where if should something happen again in the coming weeks or days, people will be able to rush in there. So there's a call for the residents in both Mefe, Bakpa, and the other affected areas is for government to look at a proper resettlement plan for them all, which they will all be benefiting from, not just 20 of such huge number. So they are still calling on government to quickly come to their aid and also see to the resettlement plans for them. Because 20 of the buildings is woefully inadequate and can't house the over 12,000 affected residents.
Right. In fact, when the minister spoke to us in March this year, he gave data to say that 88,000 people were affected and over 5,000 homes were affected as well. So 88,000 people, 5,000 homes. I'm not sure about the farmers and the scale of destruction that they saw, but can you tell us about the state of living, how the people of Mefe and Lower Volta who were badly affected by the Akosombo Dam spillage are getting by? What is their state of life? Are they living in tents as we heard?
So life is gradually coming back to normal. When you visit Mefe now, you see people going about on their usual daily activities. But moving towards the camps, the safe havens, you notice life there is very challenging for them. I mentioned earlier that access to potable water now is a challenge for them. Electricity also is a challenge for them. So life in Mefe itself and some of the affected areas, Mafia, Titepo, Bakpa, New Bakpa, and the rest, it's quite okay. Life there is quite okay. But when you move to the camp, that's where you see some level of suffering among the affected or the victims who are living in the camp. Kelly, you also recall that we've been not just Citi FM and Channel 1 TV, but other NGOs, other state institutions and corporate bodies have been giving some food items or some relief support to these victims. But about 3 months now, or for the past 3 to 5 months now, we've not seen any of such donations or relief coming to these people. So these people have lost everything. We don't know where they get their daily food from. So life is generally very difficult for those living in the camps especially, but not mainly for those who are in the township.
Right. Right. Let's zoom in on the camp, right? What are the structures there? How many people are there? What do they do? How is life like in the camp?
Okay, so Caleb, the camp, the buildings there, I'll not say they are building structures, they are just tents. These white tents that have been erected for a family or two to be in one. And I may not be able to give you the exact figures of those in the camps, but from what I've seen, it's more than 2,000 in some camps in Mefe. We have 2 camps in Mefe itself. We have one at Begome, or 2 at Begome, one at Agbetiko and Mafia, Titepo, or all those areas. When you go to New Bakpa, at the Dome area, we have some camps there. So in all, I can't give you a proper figure, but I'll estimate that there are about 2,000 victims still living in the camps. And please, the second question again.
So I was just asking what their life in the camp is like. But again, if you say tents, are these what we usually see when the UN sends, canopies and tents for people who, it's like, say, refugees or people in areas where there's disturbance? Is that the kind of tent you are saying, or these are?
That's clear. Those are the kind of tents I'm. But in recent times too, we've seen some constructions ongoing in some of the camps. I was told one is by the VRA, but residents in the government or the affected residents in the government who are the camp say they are not going to live in those structures or those buildings being put up by the VRA, citing reasons that it is too open. And families of 4 are going to share a single room, which is going to infringe on their privacy. So they are still calling on government and also the VRA to ensure that privacy is given to each and every family to ensure that they all stay in those areas peacefully.
Desmond, thank you for your report. I really appreciate the information you've shared with us. So that was Desmond Ago, Volta Regional Correspondent. He tells us that in Mapa, when it comes to the 100 homes, government says it's commenced constructing in the region for victims of the spillage of the Akosombo Dam. Mapa was allotted 20. He saw 11 under construction. Some are at lentil level in Bakpa. About 20 were allocated, and there are different stages of completion. We know that in the 2024 budget, 220 million Ghana cedis was budgeted for the reconstruction and restoration of life, bringing life back to normalcy. Whether or not all that amount was released is another thing. There's a big difference between allocation and release, right? So that is a thing. And there was a question about the release of compensation, whether compensation has been given to them as well. He tells us some of the chiefs say they have not received compensation. Funds budgeted for have not been released. The farmers say they have not received farming inputs. And life is generally getting back to normalcy, but for those who are living in the safe havens, they are still enduring the scourge of living in tents. They do not have access to potable water. Electricity is a challenge, and they are going through difficult times. So that's essentially what we get from Desmond Ago when we speak to him. And so yesterday, when the sector minister appeared at the Government Assurances Committee, it was a question that the Member of Parliament put to him. Obviously, the Member of Parliament, the chairman of the committee happens to be the Member of Parliament for the epicenter, MAPA. So it was expected that some level of energy would be exchanged there. But the issue still remains that, I mean, it's been close to a year, and some people feel that given all the efforts of private institutions and individuals and corporate bodies, with the state, the muscle the government has, some people feel that things could have been done a lot more swifter to give some respite to the victims. Gentlemen.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt about it. I have expressed, open misgivings about the government's very lackadaisical attitude towards dealing with the tragedy that befell our people almost a year ago, when we have had to come on air to break news of what was going on in the Volta region, and then also to rally national and in some cases international support to be able to send aid to our compatriots there who were affected by the flooding, following what clearly was an unplanned approach by the Volta River Authority to the surge we had seen in water levels within the Akosombo Dam. the general expectation would have been that, and which was the case, was that if you had such a situation, at least you should plan well ahead of time, and your engineers should be on top of their game and do the needful. But in many cases, it was as though the VRA didn't know what they were doing, without disrespecting the seasoned engineers who have held various positions there over the years and also still are holding positions there. But clearly, what happened with respect to the spillage of excess water from the Kosovo Dam betrayed, the level of rigor, the level of technical expertise that ought to have been brought to bear to ensure that people were not needlessly displaced by the release of excess water. But that happened. As we speak, not a single soul has been held responsible for how that whole system was mismanaged, releasing the water and people getting affected as a result. And then the issue of, national response to the tragedy. Of course, we had seen the NADMO and the military mobilize, the police, the fire service, and some other people within the security setup to help alleviate the situation facing the people of the affected areas. But we also do know that many of these interventions did not see the kind of, if you like, urgency that ought to have been brought to bear. We see how tragedies elsewhere get dealt with by central governments or federal governments or state governments in other jurisdictions. But look at the level of our preparedness. We were told that the people were going to have centers where they could be relocated temporarily, properly provided for, and that their security would be guaranteed. Health needs will be met and all of that. But when it came down to it, we went into uncompleted buildings and saw our compatriots there. People without food, people without water, toilet facilities, bobo, health facilities, bobo. All of these things happened under the watch of this government. So it had to take Ghanaians, corporate institutions, who we had appealed to be able to rise up and support the people who were affected by the flooding disaster we saw in parts of the Volta region and then other, allied communities and regions. Citi FM, through its efforts, as I said much earlier, corporate citizens came in. We were able to build shelters for a number of the communities affected. We were in Toko, we were in Ada, we were in the Bakpa area. We were in Anyako. We were able to do that as a small but influential radio station located here in Adabraka, in the heart of Accra, without the kind of the largesse that come with government office, the opportunity, the convening power, and all the things that come with the wielding of the power of the state. We were able to do that. Within record time, victims were moving into these buildings and having better quality of sleep. Snakes and other reptiles no longer were visiting them. We were able to provide, in some cases, clean water sources. We were able to build a clinic for the people of the Norton constituency.
With bungalows.
With bungalows for nurses and health workers. All of these things happened in record time. Now, the people of these communities don't pay their taxes to Citi FM. They don't pay their taxes to the corporate institutions that came to support. The school children who had to abandon their school hours to come here and show support. Yep. They don't pay taxes to them. They don't pay taxes to the missions in Ghana who thought it necessary to intervene. The individuals who came to support, they don't pay taxes to them. In fact, they owe them nothing. We as a people voted a government into office for a particular reason. that when it comes down to it, they will be there to support us and get us out of our troubles. But when it came down to it, there was total lack of responsibility on the part of this administration to address the problems of the people. When the president went there, what did we see? He even went there, flew over the place, and hopefully one would have thought that he actually saw what had happened, the level of this devastation that the people had experienced. People had worked for so many years. Their yields gone. Their farmlands gone. Their animals gone. Their homes gone. When our president went there, the best thing he could tell them was that, well, you guys don't even vote for me anyway, but I have come. That alone gave you an idea of how the government was not being responsible in terms of dealing with the problems that their own state agency had created by releasing excess water to the devastation of human life and property. And we had not seen any agency attached to what was happening. It was now the responsibility of private citizens to deal with a problem that required national, state-sponsored intervention at the highest possible level. We did not see that. And throughout, we also saw a minister for works and housing. Was it water? Or
sanitation.
Sanitation, yes. Who also went somewhere and said something really unpalatable about why the development had happened.
Yeah.
We also saw what the DCE for one of the areas there was doing, and we called for his removal. Subsequently, he was removed from office. Private people had mobilized and got aid to the area to be able to support the people. For some reason, he was keeping the thing in their warehouse because he said that they did not have vehicles to be able to cut these things into the communities, or they did not have fuel.
No. And the boys were not there to load the thing.
Exactly. I mean, all kinds of lame excuses given. The Minister of Finance, when he eventually went to Parliament, had cause to say something about the situation, that they were setting aside some 200 million or so
220 million Ghana
to support the people.
Yeah.
It wasn't until just 2 days ago that we heard that the release that was promised had eventually been given to the people, or that the money had been set aside or moved from one area to the other to be able to deal with the problems of the people. How many months on? Up to a year.
Almost.
Any government that is alive to its responsibilities should not behave like that. Those people are part of the Republic of Ghana. They pay their taxes as well as other citizens do. They are human beings. They have blood flowing through them. Their concerns should be our concerns too. But it would seem to me, given the language that the president used when he went there, and his general attitude and the general attitude of the government, they don't seem to care about how the people there are living. So, if you look at it in the round, it is clear that this government doesn't take the situation there as a matter that requires any sense of urgency, and therefore they are not attaching one to it. So people have been living in tents for the past close to a year. Nobody seems to care. As to what they eat, it is not their business. It is not their problem. How can you preside over a country like that? It is irresponsible. It is insensitive. It does not speak to the level of empathy that a government needs to have in order to face, confront, and defeat the problems that have been inflicted by their own state agency on people who were sitting there somewhere, doing their little to feed themselves, to feed their family, to put food on the table. Their lives disrupted merely because people at the VRA did not do their job properly. So, when you ask me the question, when it comes to prosecuting this matter at the level of Parliament, I mean, Kojo Nkrumah, with the greatest respect, is a fine gentleman, and he always has his school. But yesterday, I think things went overboard. Now, here's the thing. Ordinarily, it should not take the minister 14 days to be able to go there and find out what's happening on the ground. Let me give it to him. Since taking over that particular ministry, he's shown a great deal of, if you like,
agency.
There's some hunger, yes, to deal with the issues that are within his sector. We've seen visibility. He's moving into spaces that have been dormant for some time now, and he's doing something. We can all see it. But this is also another issue that requires agency. And I don't think that going to that ground to see what is happening, you shouldn't be giving us 14 days within which to do that. Because there have been times that we will go there, come back, and come and do our work here. It is just about 2.5 hours or so, or 2 hours. In fact, if you are a minister and you are using a motorcade, you can get there in 1 hour, 45 minutes, or 1 hour, 30 minutes.
Other very pressing priorities.
No. These guys, these people, our compatriots have been struggling for the past 1 year. They did not carry water to throw at their buildings so that their buildings will collapse. No, they didn't do that. The VRA, which is funded by the tax city of the Ghanaian, including Ghanaians living in the Volta region, those living in the northern region, those living in the eastern region, those living in the Greater Accra region who have been affected, they pay their taxes too. The VRA's lack of rigor led to the crisis that is still unfolding in that part of the country. So one would have expected that when a state agency behaves irresponsibly, leading to people bearing the brunt, those at the top have got to act in a way that shows that they regret what happened,
and even compassion.
Exactly, and that they are prepared to deal with it within the shortest possible time. So when a minister appears before the government's assurances committee, one would have expected that, we take the issues happening there seriously, and given the pressing needs of the people, I think within the next 24 hours, we'll put everything together. The logistical arrangements will be made. We'll go there and see what exactly is happening on the ground. 14 days is just too much. Completely unacceptable. But then also the Honourable Member of Parliament for the constituency, the Honourable Kujeto Ablakwa, has done a fine job. I mean, when this whole thing happened, he was at the forefront of the campaign to get relief to the people. He was everywhere. He almost became the de facto president of the area, mobilizing local and international support. And where he had too much, we heard that he was directing, support elsewhere. Now that is what responsible members of parliament do. That was not his job. He is a member of parliament. It should be the DC, the MCs, and the people who are responsible for the development of those spaces who ought to be doing that. But he played the role of an effective member of parliament, going beyond his traditional mandate as a member of parliament. So that I will grant him. The health facility that we built at Mepe, the Mepe area,
yes.
He, together with support from elsewhere, was able to bring in some $1 million worth of equipment to be able to actually finish that particular place. So, brilliant job done. And I will celebrate.
He was delivered in
exactly, and I will celebrate him every day. But here's the thing. Because he happens to be emotionally invested, and he happens to be a member of parliament for one of the communities that was
the epicenter.
Yeah, the epicenter. You have put it rightly. Yeah. One would have expected that when it came to this particular matter, he should not be the person presiding, because if you look at the spirit and the letter of the standing orders, the words are clear that where you have some personal interest in a particular matter, you should ideally recuse yourself from matters like that. In this particular case, he's the member of parliament for Norton. So the anger in him, because the government failed to live up to its responsibilities to the people, it would seem to me drove him to do what he was doing yesterday. Because what we need is not it's not to showmanship.
Yeah.
That's not what we need.
We don't need a banter.
That's right. What we need
solutions.
Is to be able to get solutions to the people.
Very important.
You understand? So the whole back and forth we saw yesterday was completely needless. It was not necessary, and it did not bring any relief whatsoever to the people. And going forward, I think that a better job has got to be done. The chairman should go back, review what he did, and perhaps, where appropriate, move away from sitting on matters having to do with this particular matter.
Right.
Somebody else can do it. The minister should also show a better responsibility and approach to dealing with the problem. And the government, above all, they need to show the people of the Volta region that they have not forgotten them. Because that far, it seems to me that they don't care, and they do not even want to do anything, or so it seems, about the problems of the people.
Well said. Enough said. A word to the wise is always enough, they say. Thank you, Sky, for that. We will turn our attention shortly to another very important development in a different part of the country, but let me take care of these very important announcements as well. If you're ready to make every moment count, from the simple pleasures of treating yourself to unforgettable weekend getaways or a special surprise for someone you love, you can have the perfect combination, perfect companion. Stanbic cards are there for those fulfilling moments that make you go like, yes, this is it. Talk to Stanbic Bank on 0302815789. On socials, we are at Stanbic Bank GH, or visit stanbicbank.com.gh to learn more. Now, Petra is inviting you to join the 2024 Scheme Members Conference on Thursday, August 29 at 10 a.m. It's an event. This event is your opportunity to engage, get informed, and receive comprehensive updates on the progress and performance of Petra's Tier 2 pension scheme, Petra Advantage pension scheme, and Petra's Tier 3 pension scheme, that is the Petra Opportunity pension scheme. It will be transmitted live on Petra's Facebook and YouTube channels. Petra, achieve more. Do not miss out. Now let's talk about a well-planned and secured gated community with access to ultra-modern sports complex, Olympic-sized swimming pool, football court, basketball, athletics and gym facilities. I'm talking about Eden Heights. We have available 2, 3, 4 bedroom apartments and penthouses in the highest grade of finishing for rental and sale. Eden Heights is delicately styled for your comfort and relaxation. We are located behind the West Hills Mall, Wager in Accra. For purchase and rental, call us on 050-153-1444 or 050-153-1445. Visit our website www.edenheights.com.gh for more details. Eden Heights is the height of modern living.
Now, what is luck? For many, it's that glorious moment when you find money in your trousers, right when you're broke. For others, it's being picked out of a crowd for a reward. Luck is coming with exciting prizes. With the prizes so exciting, they'll make your head spin. You want to be the luckiest. Just dial *712# to get your ticket. And remember, when you hear that catchy jingle, is your cue to pay attention. It could be your lucky day. The luckiest luck is everywhere. Diamond Cement is the best on the market. It's 42.5 R grade variant is the highest quality, or is of the highest quality, and the 32.5 R grade is more affordable for you. So get in touch with Diamond Cement on 0244-313-368 or 0540-111-978. Diamond Cement, still hard as a diamond. Now you want to enjoy some chocolate this morning, or a chocolate beverage this morning, I recommend Twisco, made from a premium blend of cocoa powder enriched with NFL, and it's from the producers of Cowbell, so you are getting a quality product. Start your day with a cup of the great taste in Twisco and power your dream, and this ad is FDA approved.
Some of your messages are in. Nathan will help us with them.
All right, Christian Adenta says the minister is busy with projects that will win them votes. Edmond says Kojo Pankume's unnecessary defensiveness regarding human lives or striking. As a leader, he should prioritize compassion and clarity over political posturing. This one says, it's clear they don't consider the Volta region a priority. Saying it will take 14 days is a clear indication that they are not treating the issue with the urgency it deserves. That's from Silo in Labon.
Okay, we'll take a very quick break. When we are back, 3 chiefs have been distilled over Galamsey. And guess what? It took the activism of some residents to report them. We'll be back with more. Stay with us.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Hi, Mom. It's me, Kwame.
Hey, Kwame. How are you?
on the road.
Do I make myself clear?
Yeah, so here's what's happening. In the Ashanti region, the Asante Hino Stumfor Tutu has destood 3 Sabronum chiefs over Galamsey. And he has threatened that he will cause the police to arrest them if they go back to Sabronum and hold themselves as chiefs of Galamsey. He was worried that they had pursued their own parochial interest, made potable drinking water difficult for women to find. They were struggling to find that. The details are on page 3 of the Chronicle newspaper. But Godfrey, you actually followed the, what do I call it? The hearing, the ruling, the judgment, or proceedings. Let me put it that way. You watched live how it all panned out. What did you see? Share some with us.
Well, for me, it's not even just about this. You know, it's a much larger problem, and I will zone in on this. But the issue is this: look, the Galamsey problem. I will put my presidency on the line. All kinds of things being said.
Yeah.
It's pretty clear that, in my estimation, for the past 2 years or 3 years, zero attention has been paid to Galamsey. In fact, there's been a lot of talk, but if you look around us, the evidence is to the contrary as to the progress that is being made in the fight against Galamsey, and it's becoming a much bigger problem. You see, first, people used to think it was far away, especially for those of us who live in Accra. You know, we think, oh, Galamsey and you too, it's in some forest somewhere. Yesterday you did a show on water.
Charlie,
you don't have water?
Today I don't have water.
Good.
My house didn't flow.
You are suffering.
You look up at dawn to go find water.
So the Galamsey must concern you. You see, because the Ghana Water Company Limited have said several times that a large part of their problem is Galamsey. Why? It's more expensive to find water. It's costing them more money to clean up the water. So they've in certain places, basically the water is not even available. The water sources that they would distill and treat and send through your pipes, they can't, because no matter what they do, you can't drink the water. So it's gone from being a problem that we used to think was very far away and we didn't really care. So when people say, oh, Galamsey, are like, they are digging their Galamsey, let them do their Galamsey, to a very, very big problem. It's causing health issues in certain places. And I'm going to read you a story.
Okay.
This is from the Voice of KNUST on Twitter.
Okay.
Patrick Mensah, a final year BSc Agric biotech student, passes on after his final semester exams. According to his uncle, he arrived home on Monday evening. On Tuesday, he visited his friend at a Galamsey site at Manso. And while helping to rescue a gentleman who had fallen into a pit, he fell into the pit himself and passed away.
Oh no.
From those I've spoken to on this matter, he was supposed to do a defense today.
Of his PhD or something, his dissertation?
Of his project today.
Oh my goodness.
Today's Thursday, right?
Yeah.
Yes, he was supposed to do it today.
Oh my goodness.
He's gone.
He fell in a pit.
Yes.
Galamsey pit. Because he was trying to rescue someone else.
See, and this one we had a conversation about is the small stories.
Yeah.
Anonymous. This is the story that would not make headlines anywhere. Okay. There are so many of these stories around.
People dying unnoticed due to the recklessness of illegal miners.
And it's linked to so many things. The people in the communities where Galamsey is happening have complained for years that, well, they have no options because economic livelihoods are poor. Right? They can't do anything. 2, if the mineral resources are being mined in the area, they don't benefit from it. I'm going to read something to you from the CDD.
Okay.
Some work that the CDD has been doing. So the CDD has been doing something it calls Mining District Development Scorecard, MDDS.
Mining District
Development Scorecard. Yes. Now, I'm reading a story from Modern Ghana, and Emmanuel Yeboah, who is a research analyst, is quoted here. Now, he pointed out that the current allocation of mineral royalties to mining communities is woefully inadequate, contributing to the developmental gap in these districts. Mr. Yeboah pointed out that the late disbursement of funds exacerbates the issues. Currently, only 20% of the funds are transferred into a designated mineral development fund account for the districts, with merely 10% reaching the assemblies, while the other 10% is allocated to the office of the administrator of stool lands. He stresses that this amount is insufficient to facilitate any meaningful development within these assemblies. Now, if you look at the value of the gold that is being mined in these areas and this current disbursement arrangement that we have,
20%, 10%, 10% to administrators of stool lands, and then the other 10 to the district.
Now, let me continue for you. You know Obuasi well?
Yeah. Okay, not so well.
Yeah, I'm just saying, you know Obuasi. You've heard of Obuasi. Yeah. So, according to the MDDS, the Obuasi Municipal Assembly, for instance, ranked 6th in the latest 2023 MDDS League table, scoring 35.4 out of 100 points. This score is below the MDDS overall score of 38, indicating weak governance practices in the municipality's management and utilization of mineral royalties. Obuasi's score was only better than those of Esutifi North District and Pristia Huni Valley Municipal. The district performed poorly in 2 major MDDS component areas: local management committee effectiveness and mineral development fund utilization efficiency. It then goes on to say that they identify weak fiscal transparency as one of the main challenges facing the assembly and the local mining community. So if you look at this, the point I'm trying to make is the indigents who live there are not benefiting from this, right? So they found other ways of doing this. No problem. Now, it's become so bad that we are losing our forest reserves. We are losing water bodies. In fact, we're told that the Draw Forest Reserve in the Western region, that one too, there are elements playing within it already. They've started. Protected, it's supposed to be protected. There are elements in there. We have allegedly committed significant funds. Well, I was allegedly, reportedly committed significant funds to this so-called fight against Galamsey for almost 7 years now. Who listening to me this morning, outside of the minister, feels that we have made progress today? Who? In fact, I dare say it's so bad that the minister and his people, they've given up. Which is why we have the brazenness that we see, the wanton distraction that we see, up to the point where 2 days ago I was telling you, Konongo Highway, right up to they are digging galams, they are doing illegal mining, right up to the main road.
Very soon they will clear beneath the road, and the road will just be
right up
hanging.
to the main road.
It's crazy.
Nathan was going somewhere the other time, and they had put by the roadside, right here in the eastern region, we are Galamsey. Osino.
We are Galamsey.
Yes.
We are Galamsey.
Yes. They are written by the roadside. We are Galamsey.
Oh yeah, and then we did the Galamsey forum. The pictures were there. So we were born to do Galamsey.
We were born to do Galamsey.
Wow.
Yes. And these were photos by the roadside. When you are driving, you will see it. We are Galamsey. Welcome. So, I do not accept the government giving up and telling the government has given up by action, but it's telling us that they are doing the best that they can. I'm sorry, this is not the best that you can do
at all
in this fight against Galamsey.
At all.
I'm happy to see the Asante Hene take action.
Yeah.
Against the and we need more of those.
But he made a troubling concession, right? That the DCE could not muster courage to cause your arrest, but I have destood you, and as you go, do not dare engage in anything untoward, else I will cause your arrest.
You see, the
DCE has no power,
are you going to do? You see, that's the point I'm just making to you. They've given up.
All right.
You see, the DC is a political appointee.
Yeah.
And I keep telling you that the galamsey is too valuable to the politicians. Whether they want us to admit it or whether they will admit we know.
They don't want to touch it.
Because they make a lot of money from it. In the 7 years that we've done the fight against galamsey with all the strategies, the ones that is run by my dear sister Louis Carroll. That time she showed some nice photos. They had gone to do some reclamation and some planting of some places. Okay, that's fine.
No, we actually told that per quarter, $30 million. Okay, so the minority has said that over $30 million was spent quarterly on galamsey committee.
30 what?
$million.
To do what?
The story is on citynewsroom.com. I can read it for you.
No, I'm just saying, $30 million to do what?
30 million, and yet we haven't made progress.
Does this fight against galamsey look like
it's worth anything?
$30 million fight.
Spent the money on to do what?
I can read it
because every single strategy from the
buying drones,
galam
stop, deploying soldiers,
seizing excavators, whatever. It has exacerbated the issue. Now, the thing is this, and I'll repeat this question. In the 7 years that we've done this, Ba Aisha Wang.
Yes.
Which proper galamsey kingpin, queen pin, sun pin, whichever title you want to give, has been caught. It's always, we went to here, we caught 5 people who were digging. Yeah. Small boys in some pit. We went here, we caught some 3 people, small boys and girls. It's always the community people, the indigents. We catch 5 or 6 of them. The politician or the businessman behind them makes a couple of calls. They are released and they go. Yeah. But the point is, when you stage a national fight, you need a national face. Yeah. We caught Aisha Wan and used her as the national face. Yeah. But I dare ask, good one. Is she the biggest galamsey in this country? Sure. We tagged her Queen Pin. Yeah. We, the media, tagged her based on the information that they gave us. Yeah. But do we actually think Aisha Wang is the biggest galamsey in this country?
Perhaps the biggest are closest to those in the.
I'm saying it's the question we must ask.
Yeah.
Do we think that she is the biggest? And in 7 years, she's the only one we caught in a so-called national fight against illegal mining. Look, there was a time when the police declared a fight against armed robbers. Yeah. Look, that year. Yeah. That was they caught Atai. Yeah. Everybody on the police's top 10 list of most wanted. They caught every single one. They caught Justin Combian. Yeah. They caught everybody.
Combian, I remember that name.
And gave us almost 4 to 5 years of peace in this country. Yeah. At that time, I remember. The police went and said, we are looking for this person. We are looking for this person. And they were not looking for the small boys.
They were on a mission.
That is why they caught the people and they know that if they catch this one,
they dismember their.
We have cut off the head in Accra.
Yeah.
When we catch Justin Combian, we have cut off the head in the northern part of the country. Yeah. They caught Justin Combian once, he ran away, they caught him again in this country and jailed him. Ghana Police Service.
When Kweku Ninja's killers, when they were on the loose, Ghana Police, in 2 weeks, Ghana Police went to Ablekuma and rounded all, not one ran away.
Just when we really want to work, we get work done.
No, my point is, it's not even just about when we want to work. When they declared that this was a national problem that we need to deal with, they went and dealt with the biggest names available. They didn't go and catch small boys. Yeah. Because they were always catching the small boys. It wasn't solving a problem. They identified because they knew who they were and went and caught them properly. When we had the bullion van, 7 incidents, and it became a national problem, and banks were struggling to move money. Everybody was afraid. Police said, we will stop this.
If you don't
2 months of the declaration, no, forget that one. 2 months after the declaration of the operation, of that. The police stopped. Have you heard of a bullion? When was the last time you heard of a bullion van robbery in this country?
It's been a while.
They didn't catch the small boys. They went and caught the big fishes. They knew how to deal with them.
End of story.
Why is it so difficult to catch galamseyers who are the big fish in this country? Why? Why? We are the stooling chiefs. It's good. But they're taking money from people. Who are those people? Who are the ones who are giving the money to the chiefs so that we cut down the forest? Who are the people who have the monies to buy licenses? Some way, somehow, in the middle of a national fight of the highest agency, we caught one Chinese woman, labeled her Queen Pin, deported her or whatever it is. Is she in jail or she's been deported? I don't even know what it is with her these days. And felt that that was the answer to our galamsey problem. Whilst the rest of the country looked on, they have been digging. Everywhere that needs to be dug, they are digging. To the point where, whether the government wants to admit it or not, it is fueling insurgent activities in other countries. Because we know that there are persons who come from Burkina Faso to come and mine $1 power and go back.
You don't mean it?
Oh yes. That is how they fund their activities.
Funded with.
They have mentioned this before. There are several security reports that mention this. In fact, we've had the minister go there recently to talk about how the government can legalize and exploit dollar power properly. You understand? These are things that need to be looked at. In the end, we can decide to close our eyes at it, but we refuse to accept this cosmetic we are winning the fight against galamsey, because the impact is far too great on us. I am tired of buying water. You are tired of buying water. Ghana Water Company Limited is tired of spending 3 to 4 times its budget buying chlorine just so that it can reduce turbidity levels. There was another report, the people who live around Ankobra yesterday, bitterly complaining. You see, and if they don't fix it, what you're also going to get is, we are getting a group of conscious citizens who have taken it upon themselves, be it legal or illegal, to form vigilante groups to protect their communities against these persons. You will have clashes. We've had some already in the past 2 years. Last year we had 7. At my count, 7 of those clashes. This year we haven't heard too much. But we need to be careful and stop playing the ostrich with this galamsey fight. And by this I mean Mr. Jinapo's office and all those who are linked to it. You have slept on this galamsey job. Like I said, he attends all the climate seminars. He attends everything. When was the last time he spoke about galamsey? He took journalists and flew them in helicopters around this country to go and see galamsey sites. What has happened? Spent whatever money has been spent. Two different terms, 2 different ministers. Not a single one of them has been able to make progress in this fight against galamsey. What is this? Thank you, Caleb.
like the drug trade in Colombia and Mexico. The question is, what are the alternative programs for the youth? Stopping galamsey without providing legal occupation, i.e. mechanized farming. This one says, Godfrey, this galamsey fight is dead on arrival. Read Mark 3:23. It says the devil cannot cast out himself.
Yeah, it says, how can Satan cast out Satan?
I see. This one says, where are the drones procured for the galamsey fight? What a shame. We seized earth moving equipment from the sites and we've parked them somewhere, but we have gone to procure other equipment to do drip while these other ones remain dormant. Couldn't those have been used for the drip project rather? K Nakra is asking. This one says, how many okay, somebody's
mention the name of an official.
Of an official. Has this official been accused of engaging in illegal mining? We are asking questions and we think we are fighting something. Well, we'll continue not to make progress until the key ones are the ones to take action. Okay. I applaud the Otumfuo's effort and I encourage other paramouncies to follow suit, even though this is happening after a lot of harm has been done. Kids getting born with deformity out of the poisoning of our water bodies with cyanide, and this is still not an emergency, but we say better late than never. Borisa from Tantra Hills with that particular message.
Nathan, this is JD's work, right?
This is JD Sadwan Edusei. That's his full name.
The beat in the beginning.
That's Hammer.
It will enter your heart.
Yeah, that's Hammer.
Alampine.
Yeah, that's Hammer. One of Hammer's best productions.
Alampine.
Very hard beat.
Come on.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe one of these days we should bring Hammer and sit him
and
down
have a conversation with
ask him about music.
Shally,
all the lovely music he's made in his time.
Really
this is
good
this
record.
Is huge.
Just listen to this. To Mrs. Vasti Somahle Adanu and our daughter Dita Kenny Adanu, a memorable birthday to her for me from her husband Samuel Tay Adanu, photojournalist, Graphic Communications Group Limited, and her kids Delia and Delvin. Long life, good health, and God's favor. Amen. It's 9:34.
Now I saw we smell off. Enough. I need a break to cough. Monza, alambai. Caesar, alambai. Monza, alambai. Caesar, alambai. Monza.
All right, so today we'll be ending the show at 9:40. We'll have some technical work we'll do to fix a few things. We'll be just ending in about 5 minutes. Don't worry, everything is okay. But Nathan, look, yesterday something is really worrying me. Something is troubling me. I saw the bus stop boys clean the pavement.
Shout out to the bus stop boys.
Oh, they did such a very good job.
They're doing an amazing job.
And then I was watching the City Newsroom on Channel 1 TV, and the reporter showed us scenes from the Asafo interchange. Bro, it's not pleasant. I could feel the stench from the screens. It's not nice. It's not beautiful. And you see, prior to watching that story, just an hour before, it was time for Beyond Borders, and they had shown our episode in Kigali. Okay. We actually drove around, walked through the town. There's a part in the central business district. They've made a car-free zone. So the pavement is done, all green. There's a place you go sit, you have access to free Wi-Fi. You know, the open spaces in the city are clean because the open space belongs to the public and someone must take responsibility for that. It is a very clean thing to have. The air quality is great, the place is clean, and this is, and I look back and I'm like, okay, fine. This is our Garden City, named Garden City, probably so called for its greenery and also its cleanliness, right? And then the part that made me sad, the gentleman I spoke to in Kigali, Eric Kote, who is the one in charge of Access Pensions. He's opened the Ghanaian business, Access Pensions. He also tells me that he actually went to Tech, did his national service in Kumasi, and at the time he was there, it was a very clean place. So I don't know, progressively, we don't seem to be getting cleaner. There are institutions that are mandated, institutions that are authorized and have the power, also resourced to keep our cities clean. There are institutions that are also mandated to make sure that if anyone throws rubbish at any place that is not supposed to be, they are punished. So at this point, in light of what the bus stop boys are doing, sometimes you are tempted to ask yourself, so those who have the resources of the state and the powers of the state, what are they doing? As for interchange, like there were heaps of refuse almost everywhere. People were passing urine everywhere. It's terrible. It's not nice. Is this the best we can do?
I don't know. I don't
get
know.
it.
I don't know what our local authorities are doing. There's a Ministry of Sanitation. The president, one of the main pillars when he took office was to make this, he says, well, make Accra, right?
Yeah.
But I'm sure by extension, it means that the rest of the country will also be clean. But whatever it is, there's a sanitation ministry. But nothing, really. If you drive, you mentioned Kumasi, just drive around this town at dawn or at the close of day. When I'm coming to work at dawn, certain portions of this city, the rubbish is sitting there in heaps. In heaps. Carnation, where? In heaps. And there's a sanitation ministry.
We seem to accept that is a part of our lives. It feels normal that you say,
I don't even know what it will take for us to wake up and see that filth will kill us if we don't do something about it. I don't know, because other parts of the world have realized very quickly that they don't want to live with it. But it looks like for us, maybe we are comfy living in the filth and dirt. It has to take private individuals, bus stop boys, a group of about 20, 25, 30 max. Volunteers. Not like somebody paying them. They, looking at the situation, are going around doing the work that state officials get paid every month for. We have assemblies, and yet it's 25 to 30 people who love this country so much that they are on their feet, and they partner with people, they get some support here and there. But as they are doing this, the question I ask the people in charge of this city and this country, don't you feel ashamed? Aren't you ashamed?
Aren't you embarrassed?
Aren't you embarrassed that you are getting paid, you are not doing your work, and yet a group of volunteers are doing far more than your office, established and set up with the powers of the state? You have the state's backing, you have the state machinery at your disposal, and yet this city smells, this city stinks, this city is not pleasant to live in and to look at.
It's sad. Again, we are encouraging volunteerism. It's not a bad thing, as many people should be volunteering, but we can't live on the benevolence of volunteers. That's what we're saying, right? So thank you. Like we said early on, little fights like what we saw in the Tyrone Rasmagai one is important. So we keep doing this, hoping that things get better, and we will not end it anytime soon. It's 9:40. That's where we'll end the show. Thank you so much for joining us.